Need some carrots. Josh, could you... Oh, hey, it's you. It's been a while since I saw you last, and I hate meeting like this, but as you can see, Hey, get away from the crops! Get out of here, get! I'll be damned if I let some filthy feathered rats get into my vegetables. Now, you're probably wondering how we got here, and that's a story for Season 3, but for now, we've got a recap of the whole of Season 2, but take a look at this. Follow me through here. This is the Skybird 1.0. We crash landed here, but I can't tell you too much more. Until then, I hope you enjoy this full compilation of the Spruce Hamlet and all of the adventures we had. Josh and I decided to get up bright and early today. Well, actually we never went to sleep, but on the distant horizon we saw another vessel. More complex and larger than our boat, but the crew seemed to be fishing. Do you reckon Sergio and his wife know of any good spots?
What's your names? Madame?
Oh, they're not even together. Alright, well, let's board our vessel again. We left the lovely couple, I assume, and boarded our boat, still searching for our new home. Alright, do we want to head north or check out this...
Yeah, there was some cliffs back there as well that you said.
Yeah, let's take a look. Sergio and his best friend, Portridge, advised Josh and I of a quiet, peaceful cove, one that, well, from the sound of it, suited our needs perfectly. And before Sergio could offer us any freshly caught pleasantries, we were off sailing into the night in search of this peaceful cove. And as the moon dipped beyond the horizon, the sun took its place, and we found ourselves at the secret cove.
Actually.
Oh wow! It's like overlooking a snowy meadow.
Yeah, and looks like someone else has taken residence.
It's like a glacier too. It's like the snow's flowing down the mountain.
That's like a village.
Yeah. Should we go check it out quickly? Ask if we can.
We'll see the local residents. We'll say good day.
Yeah.
See if the land's fine to build in. We're not gonna. What happens when people colonize land?
Bad things, Josh. Bad things happen. And, well, that's precisely why we're going to go check this place out. Make sure that we're not going to step on any toes or feathers. We hopped in our little tender and left the main boat behind in order to reach the shores a little bit quicker and make sure that we wouldn't run aground on any, well, dirt.
Got pigs.
Oh, yeah, look up across the glacier. There's more campfires up there.
Oh, wow.
Listen, some horses, some cows. Pretty well set up. Hello?
Oh, it's echoing.
Yeah, no.
Hey, check it out.
Oh, wow.
Kind of nice.
Yeah, cozy.
Feels like I would be locked here and
yeah.
held captive.
It did have a really strange feeling and it smelled pretty funky. We found a common folk. Hello. Emmeline. Oh, whoa. Oh, gosh. It's another one of, Well, we're not getting directions from that guy. We decided to continue up through the village and see if we can find anyone else, but I didn't have any wings to fly over some steps, so I had to place... Oh, Josh found a path.
Hi there. Oh, there's a summer party going on.
Oh, there is too. Hey. At all?
Just slammed the door in your face.
Yeah. I don't know if I like our new neighbours. No one here has taken to us very kindly. It's starting to make me think that we're going to be committing some hate crimes moving in. Not that we would ever do that. I guess later down the line we can extend another olive branch and try again. After all, we merely seek companionship in this world. And speaking of companionship, I thought I heard a little meow. Could it be cat? My long lost companion? Trapped in the body of another feline? With a raw salmon in the palm of my hand, I stretched it out and he jumped into my embrace. And that's when Josh found me. He made a discovery. Wow. I think we'll definitely have to set up a trade route with these guys.
Right. Look
wow.
The depths.
Look, cat. Look. It's amazing.
Wait. This reminds me of a certain movie.
It's nice to be out in the open air. You know, the jungle was very dense.
It's stifling.
Yeah, it was like trying to walk. Wow. As we left the cavern depths, we were met with a beautiful sunset that overlooked this avian village. The sun beaming through the spruce trees was magical. And it made us just believe that we were in the right place, doing the right thing. On our way back to the boat, Josh stumbled across another little cat, but they didn't like the water. Alright, cats, I know you guys don't like water, but I'll hold you above the water. Wow, that's a very vocal cat. Once we boarded the Jungle Explorer again, we headed back to our secret little cove. And it would appear that Sergio and Penguin were here for the night as well.
Am I facing the right way?
Yeah. Some would say. A brand new day for our brand new boys in their brand new home. But it's not quite a home yet, as it's just a green hill. Every green hill needs a good house on top, a nice cabin. A cabin in the woods. We unloaded the lack of materials from the Jungle Explorer and brought them up to our building site, where we flattened off a little bit of the land and laid down some logs for some basic infrastructure. Our previous home in the Jungle Outpost was quite small and a little bit cramped, and that was because Josh only built it for one person, himself. He didn't expect me to barge on in and claim residence. So when laying out the infrastructure, I decided to make it a little bit larger and give us a little bit more space. As the sun sets, we take a week building this house to the best of our abilities, day after night, rain, storm to sunny day. It all blends together until finally, our newly built home. Made from locally gathered spruce logs and cobblestones found around the place, this was our cozy abode on top of this grassy green hill. With our knowledge and experience of the growth of the Jungle Outpost previous, our hearts were filled with determination and wonder for what the future brings for the Spruce Hamlet. Alright, good morning, Josh. Well, actually, good evening, I think.
Good evening.
We've got our 2 rooms up here, which is fantastic. But in order to keep making some furniture, we want some green dye, right?
That's it,
And where do you...
really...
Yeah, where do you know to get green dye from?
Well, naturally, the green pigments from the desert cactus.
That's exactly right. We were in need of some green dye to make some furniture pieces for around the house, and the only place we need to find this green dye was from the cactuses next to the Jungle Outpost. It didn't take long. We were already on our way back. Alright, are you ready to set sail? Get inside. Alright.
Wait, let me get my chair.
Alright, yeah, get the chair. This roaring rainstorm that we woke into had no signs of stopping anytime soon, so we decided to head off anyway, despite the weather. We've got a roof over our heads for sun protection, but the wind and rain can just really...
It's brutal.
it's bad.
Coming straight in.
We'll have to,
Who's that on the shore? Do you see that?
I do. That is... Hang on, is that one of our fishermen?
Excuse me. Isaac. How did you
Wow. Should we drop him back or should we take him on a trip?
I mean, listen, he's here now.
Yes, Isaac is a family friend of Sergio and Peril. Goodness knows how he found himself out so far away from home in this rain. Oh, this is a tight passage. Oh gosh, I don't know if we went through here. Well, it would appear that degradation has taken course and decided... Ooh, now this is about to get interesting. Let's see how Josh handles this interaction.
It's almost cleared out. Oh dear. Oh.
Oh, are you on board?
Yeah, that was close.
Perfect control of his emotions. A true jungle boy. Josh, Isaac, and I continued our cruise down the river in hopes to find the jungle Nile a lot sooner rather than later, as this wind was very cold. Of course, as soon as I say that, it clears up and it's a beautiful night sky. But the temperature doesn't get any warmer as we find ourselves heading towards the tundra, one step closer to the jungle.
Oh.
You know, Josh, as we sit here cruising the river, I look into the sky and would love to know how the birds do it.
What do you mean, do it?
You know, I'd love to tame the sky one day.
Right.
Do you think we'll ever get there?
Into the sky?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the birds can do it.
You think we can just grow wings and fly?
I'm not saying it's impossible.
Okay, so here's a thought. We can make ropes, right?
Yeah.
We could tie those ropes to, like, the feet of birds. And then if we get enough, I'm sure that...
That we will fly?
Yeah. And we just give them a good reason to fly. Like, whoever doesn't fly gets shot with the bow and arrow.
I think you're honest. Actually, I like that idea so much that I'm gonna breach the code of conduct here and give you a kiss.
Oh, Hang on, I think there's ice. Hang on, keep going.
Okay,
keep going. I think I saw a bit of ice fall.
Josh discovered that ice was in fact still forming, but he had other things to worry about, such as getting back on the boat. Come on, Josh! Oh, you made it. Have you got any stories to tell, Josh? Any riverside stories to make the time fly a little quicker?
One day a dead man died and he was holding a wooden axe. Oh my god! That wooden axe!
Oh gosh! That's incredible. I don't know how you knew that was going to happen.
I didn't. That was it. Folklore. I feel back at home already.
Yeah, Isaac's breathing down my neck there. After 2 short days on the high seas, we could see it, the jungle. I could almost smell the mushrooms from here.
There was this time that I'd been floating down a river, very similar to this river, and it was getting dark. I had to paddle hard to make it to my shelter.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help but feel like I was being watched.
Oh, God.
I decided to try not to look. I felt it was better just to focus on going as fast as possible.
Of course.
But I heard a snap in the woods and I couldn't help but look and saw this masked figure
Oh.
staring.
What do they look like?
Well, it seemed as if his mask was made of wood and he seemed as old as the jungle itself.
Wow.
I kept going. I yelped and kept
You
paddling
yelped?
as fast as I could.
And then kept paddling?
I made it away. I never saw him again.
Wow. And
I feel like maybe he wanted me to see him.
do you think he's still out in the woods today?
He was clearly out there for a long time, and I wouldn't be surprised if he is still out there.
Well, you've just given me the heebie-jeebies, Josh. You know, I'm looking around behind every tree.
Well, thanks, Josh. I've got no chance of sleeping tonight now, but I thought I could shake my mind off it by getting more of Josh's backstory. I realised I don't really know that much about his life before I met him.
So who raised you?
I was raised. Oh. I was raised in the trees
In the
by
trees?
skeletons.
The very ones that attack us at night?
No, those are rabbit.
Okay.
Morseless.
More sentient?
They were kind. They saw me in the woods and decided that I didn't have enough meat on my bones to eat.
Okay.
And I guess they figured I'd be more useful to them alive rather than dead.
Yep. Sorry, the river's a bit tight here. Continue.
And they took me in. They gave me breakfast. They asked if I speak their language.
Yeah.
You know, and they just smiled and gave me this.
Vegemite sandwich?
While Josh's tall tales helped me forget for the afternoon, as soon as night fell, that chill fell down my spine. Things were feeling strange in the jungle. While I didn't know whether this feeling was caused by being so far from home in the middle of the dark jungle Nile, or there was really something lurking out in the woods, I did know that, unfortunately, we were stuck, and I don't think it was any accident.
Oh no, this is a ambush.
Oh no. It's a trap.
Would it be that something or someone had seen us coming and prepared a trap later down the river closest to home? We were beached and needed to perform some excavation underneath the boat, but we were ambushed by monsters of the night, one of which almost took Josh's life. Whether it was the strange masked man Josh was telling me about in his stories or enemies from the jungle mansion, I don't know, but we managed to escape pretty quickly and pretty unscathed. We made our way down the Nile, head on a swivel, taking out foes as they came. This was one part that I didn't miss about the jungle. Its hostility at night, though that looks pretty inviting.
Okay, so my story. I was a young salamander in the midst of the desert.
It's still going on with the salamander.
And my mother was a salamander and my father was a cricket. Through that, I found out that I was adopted.
Right.
I was left by some people to die and fend for myself in the desert. Until one day I said that I'd had enough. You know, I left home. I left the little hole in the ground that my parents dug. Then they were proud of me, you know. They were happy to see me live my life.
Right.
So I bid them farewell and set off on a journey and came across many different civilizations that I just didn't quite fit in with, you know. I've told you stories about the lizard people. I've told you stories. The lizardmen. Yeah, I mean,
You're telling me you were a salamander. That
no, that was okay. So you weren't listening, Josh. I mean,
You're adopted?
Yes, I'm adopted.
So
Now-
you were a human.
No, I'm adopted. So adopteds are little creatures that we look like humans.
Enough of... if you're still here listening, I applaud you. That was a long segment of talking out of no one's brain. But after one long, scary and boring trip, we finally made it back to the...
No! All right,
Well, we're here.
we're home. Isaac, welcome to our home. This is where we came from. Of course, we just arrive and sink the ship instantly.
I peered my head over the edge to see if I could see our previous ship, and I was under attack by a creature of the sea. Not to worry, though. I can take care of this.
He's just down there. You see him?
Oh, yes! Did you see that? Oh, no!
Oh no!
No!
Isaac, no. Isaac spontaneously combusted as soon as I threw this bomb into... Isaac, this blood is on my hands. What have I done?
God gained another angel today.
After a nanosecond of silence, we decided to say hello to Gray, the fisherman. I wanted to see how well he's been doing lately and what his catches are as of late, as the seasons have warmed up quite a bit. He growled at me and we left. We made our way to the main gate.
Open her up. Oh, watch out!
Oh!
Watch out! Get in!
Oh, close it, close it, close it!
I can't.
Well, I wasn't expecting this for a warm welcome at the jungle outpost. What are we gonna do? Josh, strike him down!
Oh!
Ah,
Okay, that was terrifying.
jeez.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock, knock.
We went from door to door like a used car salesman trying to find someone to buy his crusty old Magna. And then we swung by the small livestock pens, and of course, these two are still in here. And it smelled weird, so we left. Towards another bad smell, the salmon, inside our house. We went inside to see how the house is holding up. A little bit of moss has grown around the stones, but nothing more than that. Josh was in the garden picking whatever had grown while we were out. While I was busy at work getting this green dye that I almost forgot why we came here. And wow, that vine could do with a trim. We then crossed the rope bridge and made our way towards the larger livestock. The cows, the sheep, and some of the horses. It seemed like the jungle outpost was doing just fine without us. Perfect. The sun quickly set and we decided to stay the night in the shack. Just like old times. We woke early in the morning to the sun warming up the back of the shack from the outside in. And it was time to leave. We were only here for one short night, but we got our fill of the jungle outpost. We made our way back towards the fishing dock, said good morning and goodbye to Gray, and hopped aboard the ship. Getting ready to make the long journey back to our new Spruce Hamlet, our new residence. We told everyone here great stories about what we hope to achieve, and you'll just have to wait and see.
So, how's our farm doing, by the way?
Well, it's good. I got a nice harvest of wheat, and I managed to get some more grain to spread. And what was that?
Share a grape with me.
Oh, it's a grape?
Yeah, it was a day just like any other. Josh and I were out by the field, testing some grapes, eating them like royalty. But the day was about to take a turn. It had been slowly drifting our way for weeks now. Each passing storm and each gust of wind led it towards Josh and I. A flying craft, a hot air balloon. But we didn't know this at the time. We didn't know that anything without wings could fly. Apart from me, occasionally, after one too many chilies.
But yeah, let's have a look at the house. Let's have a look at the house.
Are you okay?
Turn around.
Oh!
How could something so large sneak up on us so well? Again, the only thing I can compare it to is after I've eaten one too many chilies, it sneaks up on me way too well. I gotta go.
What?
Oh! What's happening? Is it just gonna...
Oh, there's bodies. Wait.
Josh, we need to stop it! Josh, grab some... We need to stop it!
I let my perfect hero complex get the better of me. Deciding I needed to bring this bird down would be our undoing, but we needed to save whoever was on board.
Rope. Where is the rope? Okay, got some rope.
Go, quick.
Oh my gosh!
Quick.
Ah!
Get it on there.
Here, let's catch it. Let's catch it up on the trees.
We're gonna have to climb a tree.
Okay. What?
That rope is in a really bad spot.
I've never
What
seen...
are we gonna do?
I managed to sling a rope around a hook in the basket, but it was still just out of reach. We headed into the woods in hopes to climb a tree and reach this rope, and ultimately bring this thing down to the ground.
It's like if a bird was fat and bulbous.
Oh, it might get tangled on the trees.
Here we go. Hang on, wait. Let me move this rope.
The rope was fleeing Josh's grasp and we tried to grab on and... well, I fell. That's okay though, Josh is light on his feet. Hopefully he'll be able to reach the... Okay, we need a different plan.
Okay, Josh, see this silver hill up ahead of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go to there. We gotta count it. We gotta meet it. So what did you say you saw inside?
There were bodies.
Like alive or?
No, long dead.
Okay, I mean, I'm not sure. We might
Stop.
You missed!
Josh's egg narrowly missed the basket. I'm sure if that did hit, it would have brought it right down, but unfortunately we're going to have to try something else.
What do you see?
There's two bodies. There's a box.
Watch out, Josh, watch out! Back up!
Oh, it's coming straight for me.
It's headed straight for Josh. It's on a collision path with his head.
Oh!
It's gonna...
Oh! Oh! Watch out, Josh! Oh! Oh! Josh! Josh!
The hot air balloon hit the tree, scooped Josh up and headed up into the heavens. And Josh was trapped. How was I supposed to reach him? At this point in failure, I would normally let my goals and dreams float away, just like this hot air balloon, but Josh is inside. I can't give up just yet.
Hello?
I can't reach you up there. Is there any way that you can descend or?
Hang on. What is this?
Whoa!
Well, it would appear that the winds have changed and Josh is now on course back to the house. I have to beat him back to the house in order to catch him somehow. I don't know. There was just too many thoughts running through my brain. I could build a dirt
maybe
tower.
he jumps
into my arms. I could try and build a big net. Maybe I just say goodbye to him forever and start life over again.
Josh!
It seems Josh was able to take control somehow and descend this balloon ever so slightly towards this gravel hill. But with no way to steady the winds or slow the craft down, he was going to make a crash landing.
Just crash! Oh, gosh, crash it into the gravel! Oh no!
Okay.
All right, brace for impact. It's gonna be rough.
Wait. What do you mean impact?
Well, you're gonna hit the gravel, Josh. Oh, God. Josh. Josh?
I woke from my coma just hours later and found that Josh was trapped in this basket. He's been here all night. I raced over and gave him a helping hand, bringing him back to his feet.
Josh, are you alright? What happened? I just remember this thing coming towards the gravel and then... Well, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory what happened.
Where am I? Oh, God.
Get out of there!
We were struggling to recall what happened and how this came to be. I mean, we were just eating grapes.
I remember walking... We were down by the crops, eating grapes together, just frolicking. And then this shadow came over the hill and I think we tried to jump aboard and then the rest is a blur.
It was a blur and, well, it still is. To this day, I can't really remember what happened. I mean, I've documented the whole thing right here and it's going to be uploaded onto the internet forever. I just can't remember it.
Okay, there's a box here. There's some coal and some food in it and a book. Hey, how do you feel? Do you think you can read?
Give me some sunlight and a bit of food. Oh, that looks wonderful.
Get food, yeah, take this food.
Now, I don't know how long this food's been here, but I'm glad that Josh is eating it and not me.
It says, date, May 10th, 20XX. Today I embarked on a thrilling adventure in a hot air balloon, eager to experience the breathtaking views and the sense of freedom that comes with soaring through the sky. As we lifted off the ground, I couldn't help but feel a rush of excitement and anticipation. The landscape below transformed into a patchwork of vibrant colours and rolling hills.
Wow.
However, as the hours passed, I realised that something had gone terribly wrong. Thick clouds obscured our visibility and we seemed to have veered off course. Panic settled in as we realised we were lost, drifting aimlessly through the vast expanse of the sky. The wind carried us further and further away from familiar landmarks, leaving us disorientated and uncertain of our fate. And there's another entry here. A sense of despair has taken hold as we enter our second day, adrift in the hot air balloon. The sun beats down relentlessly, intensifying the heat within the basket. Our provisions are dwindling and thirst and hunger gnaw at us mercilessly. With no means of navigation, we have become prisoners of the sky, our fate hanging precariously on the mercy of the wind. Oh gee, I know how that feels. As the hours crawl by, our conversations have grown more somber. We share stories trying to lighten the atmosphere, but the weight of our predicament is undeniable. We cling to the hope of rescue, desperately scanning the skies for any sign of help, but the vast emptiness stretches before us like an unending abyss. As the sun sets on another day, I hold on to the memories of the life that I have lived. Through the circumstances are dire, I find solace in the fact that I pursued my passion for adventure and experienced the awe-inspiring beauty of the world from a unique perspective.
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, that's horrible. Let's go back, let's have a grape or two and reflect in the house. I think, this is, there's some dead bodies there.
After hearing this truly heartbreaking story, it really brought the tone of the day down. Not to mention the concussion that Josh must have endured, and, well, I was a bit sleepy too. We concluded that we should spend the rest of the day inside, reflecting on what we'd seen.
This isn't the first time we've seen something like this in this world. I thought we were the only... there was the temple with the dragon.
Yeah, there's been all these underground combs.
Combs. All these underground combs with railways
Catacombs and tombs and
Catacombs and tomes. Catacombs and tomes.
This world truly has a forgotten past. Between the dragon, the floating eyes, and all of the mine shafts down below, there is something special going on here. There was something out of this world. There is something extraterrestrial going on here. Yeah, there we go. Wait, was that recording the whole thing?
Here, follow me. Because when I was out chopping a tree earlier, I could feel it. I mean, I put it aside because I didn't want to give in, but...
The whole time that Josh and I spent sitting inside on the couch, we could feel this pulsing. It was ethereal, coming from outside, vibrating the air molecules around us. I know, it sounds weird.
Can you feel it? It's almost stronger this way. You know, I reached my arm out.
wait,
What do you see?
another eye.
Another floating green eye, just like the one at the base of that dragon skeleton. What is it doing this far away from the jungle? And Josh said there was something scribed in the edge of the stone.
Do you think that this could be...
Well, my only set of clothes is now dripping wet,
I can make that. No!
weighing twice our regular amount due to soaking wet clothes and Josh's bodysuit. We dripped our way closer towards this podium and discovered that there was some bodies laying beside it, almost reaching out towards it. Past adventurers trying to piece together the puzzle of this world, perhaps.
Oh, it's strong. It's just making my chest shake. What are you doing with that?
The guardian of the eye, a small child infected with whatever that is. It has to, and we need to kill it.
Have that thing!
It was a shovel.
Josh, do you see the corpse? Josh! That was a villager baby.
Alright, let's go home.
We burnt the body, took the eye, and continued home before we could be ambushed any further.
What an unearthly feeling about those eyes, Josh. I'll have to keep an eye out. No pun intended.
To keep the eye in. Belongs.
Right. Shut the door behind me.
Oh,
I'm very tired now. I don't know about you. Is he out there?
I don't see him.
Need help, step bro?
No.
Are you okay, Josh? Good morning, Josh.
Oh,
Good morning.
Good morning. You're
How are
finally
you?
awake.
Yes, yeah. I mean, what time is it? I don't think it's too late, is it?
Oh, I've been sitting down here for a few hours now.
Let me just open up the curtain. Ah! Flashbanged. Oh, Josh, it
Close
looks like
that.
mid-afternoon.
Oh, it's
Oh,
so comfy in here.
okay. I mean, you know, the furnished house is quite lovely. I do love what we did with the place.
It's a bit more enjoyable than sitting on a cold, hard floor.
You know, you're not wrong there. But you know what is? You know, the weather's sort of cooling down. The leaves are turning orange, and the air's getting a bit nippy. Now I know that you're in a full, what is that, latex?
Yeah, it's latex. It's finely crafted by the jungle smiths. Yeah, it's getting cold through to my bones.
It is getting cold. You know, so when we're at the Queen's domain, right? You remember all those village folk? You remember what they were wearing?
No.
They were wearing nice leather tunics and undergarments.
Oh, yeah, they look so comfy. I just wanted to crawl in their skin.
You know,
Wear it.
yeah. I mean, I guess you'd love to win any skin.
Yeah, I'd love to skin them.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Josh would like to skin them, though I don't think that would be a good idea. While we were there pondering our morals, Josh decided to chuck on some dinner onto the frying pan and sizzle away a little storm. The breakfast of champions is what I was eating today, and I would need it, because today's going to be a day full of hard work, trials, and some tribulations. A quick conversation on the couch had led us to a grueling realization. We are unprepared for the winter coming this season. It's gonna be a cold one, and we only just survived a few days at the Queen's domain. Today we're gonna start the journey of processing leather to make beautiful garments, as well as some undergarments to keep our little toasty insides nice and warm. First things first, we're gonna need somewhere to do this. It can't be clean.
I'm not too versed in the preparation of leather, but a small shack over here that we can afford to get smelly, you know, not smell up our house.
That's true. I think it's downwind here.
Now, in thinking about it, I think we're going to need to... Well, we're definitely going to need to wash this leather. So we're going to need some sort of a barrel to fill with liquid. So we'll do that, and we'll make a barrel and a little shack. What do you reckon?
I think that sounds like the first step.
All right. Well, you know, it's getting pretty late.
Yeah,
I think
you
we
really
should
set the day away.
I think we should hit the hay. I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, that was a long day. Jeez.
Yeah, that was
I'm
a
exhausted.
hard day's work.
With our plans now set in stone, and after a long day's work, it was time to hit the hay and get started tomorrow, because I guess we didn't really do a whole lot today.
Oh, it's so
Wake up.
early.
Oh.
Ah!
Processing leather isn't an easy task. It's actually quite involved. Let me pull up some documentation here. The leather starts a journey with a process called liming. The raw hide is soaked in liming drums, which contain a solution made of lime and sulfur compounds. And the main purpose of this process is to separate the hair from the hide. After all, the last thing you want is a hairy tunic. Maybe you do, in which case you can skip this step. By this stage, the hides are still soaked, yet really soft. Traditionally, using a sharp blade, any excess flesh was removed. Ah yes, this is why Josh and I are making a separate building for this and not doing it in our house. And lastly, skipping a few steps is tanning, stretching the leather and letting it sun dry to cure.
Oh. Josh?
Hello.
Oh!
Wow, a beautiful new day, and it's time to go and check out our new tannery. Tannery. I said that weird.
We've got our tanning racks.
Some
We've
neatly
got our-
trimmed grass.
Yeah, our big vat that we sink the leather in. We lay it out, let it dry, and bring it in here to work on.
In the sun? Wait, hang on. Where is the sun?
It's the early morning sun. You know.
Oh, I see. Okay,
What do they say?
so
2 o'clock is the
afternoon
hottest.
sun.
Yeah, the hottest part of the day. So
Of course.
what's that? You know, up there somewhere. And of course we fill up our vat from down here.
Path is in progress. I did have to
Path is
duck
in
in for the
progress.
night.
Yeah, it started bucketing.
Alright, well, I'll need some more stone for this.
Well, I have you covered. Well,
Thank
if
you.
you want to work on this, I might try and go and find. Whoa! Now, I might go and find some. I might see if there's any cows nearby.
Okay, yeah,
Have
there
a
might
bit of a
be...
look.
There is a horse that way,
Yeah, I
and
don't know about.
that's another animal that does have a tough hide.
Does have a tough hide. If you know, if there's no. Okay, I'll have a look.
Listen, okay, don't touch that. He's been here since we got here.
That's true. We're you know, at this point we're just colonizing. Well, okay, Josh, I'm gonna go and try and find some cows. All right.
Alright, you do that.
You stay well.
After spending half a day out in the forest looking for cows, I was excited to reach home again. I missed Josh, and I was excited to see this finished path that he'd been working on. With that finished, it was almost time to actually start leather production.
Josh.
Hello.
Hello. I've spent a day out in the forest, and I've found some. Well, first of all, got some dinner.
Oh, some
But
more
I've
dinner?
got some leather.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I mean, it's late afternoon. Do you want to set the? Should we set the leather in the? Well, should we fill up the barrel first of all, and then, you know, let the leather soak overnight?
I suppose so, yeah. I have this bucket here. I'll go get some water.
Now, I realized I kept calling it leather, and in fact, it does say leather in the hotbar, but let's just gloss over that. I actually have raw hide, okay? And Josh is not feeling water. He's feeling that special compound that I said earlier. Like, at the end of the day, this is still a game. You know, we're trying our best here. But with that done, it's time to let it soak overnight and come back in the morning.
Cows weren't the only thing I stumbled across out in the forest.
No?
No, come on in. Out in the forest, Josh. What would you expect to see? What animals would you expect to see out in the forest?
Probably some ducks.
Some ducks, yes, correct.
Yep. Some sheep.
Some sheep, correct.
Yep.
A deer, Josh.
A deer. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought maybe they'd have a hardy hide, but no, my axe just slid straight through him.
Yeah, I decided to actually cook up some dinner for Josh. I thought it would be a nice gesture, as the previous day he cooked me some breakfast. But it would appear that I didn't quite cook it correctly. I think I overcooked it.
It's pretty hard.
Yeah, well, I cooked it. You know, Josh, I can only do so much for you.
I cooked the last time.
I'm learning to cook, okay, Josh? So, if you wanna, don't throw that.
Dawn. Sun spreads over the Spruce hamlet and snow lays on the ground. Winter has strucketh, and with it the cool, crisp strike of morning air.
Oh! Caught
Ooh.
you in the act.
Oh, I was just stretching on the
That's
rail,
okay.
see? I was doing exercises.
Oh yeah. Stretching the back. Oh, that does work. That
Yeah.
gets the lats.
Stay out of my room.
Okay, I'll stay out of your room, apart from when I'm leaving my room. Alright, well, let's go check on this leather. I'm pretty...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Whoa! It's quite nippy today.
Oh. That happened fast.
Yeah, I'm
that
glad-
leather's alright.
I hope the leather's right. I'm glad that we're getting into the leather making business now.
Oh, watch out.
Ah, it would appear that there was one old Rattle McBones out there watching us getting ready for winter, and he decided he wanted a new tunic, but I think we got the wrong message. We both assumed that he was hostile, and so Josh threw a cobblestone as far as he could, but it didn't get very far. The gentleman took this as a sign of hostility and actually decided to attack me. He knocked the axe right out of my hand. I've been struck with the bow.
Let him be.
Ah!
There
He's
you go.
down. Oh, the wind! It is... Ooh, it's cold! Okay, let's hurry up and
Really
check
use
this.
to...
Yeah.
Oh.
I climbed the ladder and opened the barrel and found inside the soaked leather that we had so been desiring.
Oh! It's nice and soaked.
I see.
I think we should lay it out now and here, do you want to stretch a few over the canvas? Oh! There we go.
Nice.
Alright, now I guess we wait.
With a few pieces of freshly tanned leather, I was able to actually give it a go and try and make a leather tunic myself. I fleshed the hide and prepared it for some cutting. I did find it difficult, however, to tie everything together with more leather. It was like tying leather with leather. It would squeak and scrape. But after a few attempts, I actually made something that resembled a leather tunic. Josh was lucky enough to try it on.
Do you want to try that on for size?
Whoa.
Oh, look at you.
It's warm.
How does it... Yeah, does it feel good? How is it?
It's pretty,
Ergonomic. It fits... Nice 4D fit.
you sort of hear it squeak. It's like,
Yeah.
certainly some work to be done with your craftsmanship skills, but I think this is a great start, and
I think it's a great start too. Here, take
I
that.
feel like you should probably have this, because you look a bit colder than me. Yeah, how are those nibs?
Oh!
Your midriff is poking through.
It is. It's... The wind is sort of going right... Well... Let's, what do you say we get to work and make a full set of new clothes?
Well, it would appear that Josh didn't have a say in this. We were going to make this happen one way or another because I was freezing. The snow on the ground there was creeping up towards our house and I didn't want to catch hypothermia and pass away prematurely. We decided that we would need some undergarments as well as these outer layers to be extra comfortable and help retain a bit more of that heat. And we decided that we required another shack to help prepare these more delicate cloths. Working late into the night, we finished the weavery, building in which we would finally assemble our new clothes.
Oh, good morning!
Good morning.
That was a perfectly platonical sleep.
That's right. It was the first night of winter. Okay, it was awfully cold. We had to sleep to retain warmth. Anyway, we geared up and entered the little weavery to spend the day making our new clothes. It was nice to be inside with my friend Josh rather than outside in the cold and losing my fingers to the snow. And as the sun started to set, we were finished.
What do you reckon, Josh? Do I look spiffy?
Oh, look at you. Wow, those ruffles, the hat,
The hat,
The mask.
the scarf.
the exposed shins.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've never really felt the cold in my knees, so.
I see.
But you,
Well,
you're looking in.
I
You
felt
look.
like being a bit daring.
You changed it up, and I love it.
You know, I want to feel the sun on my head, and I feel comfortable enough. I feel like we've known each other long enough that.
Wow, and your smile.
How do you feel? Are you shocked? This is me. This is who I am. It wasn't a mask.
I'm not. The only one concern that I have is, well, first of all, let's go back inside. It's cold.
We look wonderful, and Josh has that smile. We made our way back inside our house to the warm campfire that was ready to cook us some dinner. I was going to take to it, cooking Josh some meals, and hopefully I wouldn't overcook the meat this time. But no promises, Josh. It is me we're talking about.
I'll stoke the fire, put a bit of dinner on. Oh gosh, it's a lot. There we go.
See, the goal here is to cook it so it's still got juice on the inside and isn't just basically carbon. Let's see.
Mine was a bit brittle.
What? It was better than the mutton.
You didn't even have the mutton!
I did. I had it about a day later.
Okay, well that's why I need to make you that mutton again. It's better, I promise.
It'd be better next time. Better be better.
Yeah, well... Oh, we've got another intruder.
Oh. Ah!
He splooged. Good morning, Josh. I was sleeping with my hand between my legs, nice and warm.
Oh, nice. I was sleeping with my hand between your legs as well.
That's right. I forgot you could detach that. If you remember who was the fisherman? What was his name? Fisherman. He had
Fisherman John?
Fisherman John. Yeah. They actually decided. They came up to me one cold winter morning and asked if they could set up shop a little bit further down on our property. Do you want to come with me, Josh? Do you want to?
All right. Yeah. Let's go.
Hey, that's your cue. Huh? Oh, it's a lovely day at the Spruce Hamlet, and Josh and I have decided to go down and see the fishermen, see how they've set up and prepared themselves for the winter. As we've done a pretty good job ourselves. We've got our leather tannery, this slying thing that almost killed both of us, and of course we have Colonel Meow defending all of our resources in our little shed. Speaking of all our resources, we kind of don't have any food, so let's hope that the fishermen have caught a few fish because I don't want to die.
Is he contributing to us at all?
Well, he said that we can take his wares, any of his fish, as we please, as long as we don't drain his stock entirely.
I see. Oh, there he is now.
Yeah, there he is with his wife.
Well, it would appear that they've set up quite the lovely looking place. I think that I would love to live here if things ever fall through at the Spruce Hamlet, but for now, we're just here for fish. Speaking of fish, it would appear that they haven't caught any. I don't know what they've been doing the whole season, but their barrels are empty and I'm hangry now. I'm hungry and angry. Yeah, so I take it back. Isaac didn't deserve the fate he got a few episodes ago.
Okay, so it looks like they're needing... Okay, so Lola's actually asking me for a fishing rod. It appears that they don't have any rods of their own to do some work. What have we got over here?
Amazing.
Barris is also needing a fishing rod, but look at this. They've got a nice sunshade here.
Okay, hang on. There you go, buddy.
Oh, you just saved that.
Yes. Oh, he's happy.
Alright, well, let's go see. Look, I'm willing to bet that they've got a fishing rod or two on their boat.
Knowing their incompetence, we thought we'd check their boat to see if they hadn't unpacked anything, but that left us with one option. That was to take this matter into our own hands and provide them with fishing rods ourselves. Now, I guess their masterclass was in fishing, not fishing rod making, so I'll let this one slide. Just this once.
That's made 12.
Perfect, I just made 4. So we'll give them a good head start. Wait, no, we need to, put them in the pink barrel, they say.
Putting all these fishing rods in the pink barrel?
Yeah. I see you dual wielding them.
Yes, I have quite a few.
With fishing rods aplenty, we stocked them up. I mean, with a supply this big of fishing rods, that would last me at least a year. Hey?
I just had an idea.
What did you have?
Now I was thinking, because we need stone and stuff, right? We need like a place to mine. And I was thinking, we've played around with ropes. What about it like a sort of shaft that leads down? Okay, that's the quickest way to get down.
A shaft?
One
That's
that
true.
can be a shaft, right?
A shaft, wow. A shaft deep into the ground for which we can excavate ore and bring it back up to the surface. That's quite an ingenious idea. I think now we need to head back to the house and plan it out. How deep will this shaft go? Where will we start digging? And how will we make this mechanism work? All that and more after this short ad break. Are you a child watching this on your home computer? Maybe you're an adult watching this on your flat screen TV. Or maybe you're an alien examining my every move and trying to figure out how my brain works. Whatever you are, subscribe today. It is free and helps us make videos like these more often. Thank you for watching and back to your regular program.
This rope... Okay, so if we have a shaft with a rope lowering a little platform down, right?
Yeah.
So that can be controlled from the top.
I feel like that seems like a bit of a pain.
Well, that crank at the bottom is then going to have to be mechanically connected to the top, which will be that's a lot of resources.
But what if we have the crank at the top?
No, but
and
see,
we card the resources.
A long
up
night
and
spent
down with
talking about future endeavors is a night well spent, but the morning quickly arose, and with that, the dawn of a big day. The plan was to find a formidable location for this shaft to be dug, but before we could do that, we needed to make tools to dig the shaft, because we don't have anything, but that's the reasoning for this shaft, to go down and gather some resources. But where will we start?
So, if we take a look at our land,
Oh,
we've
watch
got
out!
a forest. Wow! Oh! He just dropped. He dropped dead.
I think he was so weak that just from pulling the drawstring back and letting it go, that was it. That's all it took.
That was a narrow escape. I think my life flashed before my eyes, but so did that skeleton's life. He dropped dead in an instant. So we continued along our way to make a really basic set of wooden tools. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. After digging through the snow to find my tools, we headed around to the backside of the house where there was some natural cliffs.
So, do you remember on the other side of our house, there's like the craggedy cliffs, and there's already
Yeah.
a bit of a cave system there.
It'd be very dangerous if you wanted to work there.
Well, I
Very
thought we could take a
unstable
look.
ground.
Yeah,
Very
we might be able to
risky
find a.
to work with. Try and build anything that's super risky.
Okay, Josh. You know,
So yeah, what's your idea?
Oh wow, that was easier than I expected. I guess now we just got to find a place to set up this shaft and, well, start digging. Now, taking a look at the ground, I think it's a great idea that we start digging the shaft in the craggedy cliffs because half of the job is already done. We just have to find the perfect place to start this hole.
I guess, yeah, this is one of our options.
I guess that would be kind of impressive to see the elevator rising up.
Well, let's have a look. I guess we don't want to stray too far, otherwise transporting the items is going to be a bit of another story in itself.
This would be better if we were on that side. But see how we could pretty easily bridge across to that side?
Yeah.
Set in some nice foundations. Now,
Yep.
if you just throw a rope down there,
What, here?
just down there. Yeah, we need to go back down.
Oh, gosh.
See how there's a little hole in the rocks? It's almost like an X marks the spot, like
Oh, yeah, like there. Wait, I'll try and...
where the rocks. No.
Oh, oh
Yeah,
here?
look. Yeah, that one. There you go. I want the shaft to be directly over that.
Okay. Well,
And then if you look up,
yeah.
because it'll be based in that cliff, we could have a work site on that side and a bridge that goes over to here so we can cart stuff back. And also, if we wanted a boat,
Oh,
float him down the river. I guess you're leading.
oh, and out this way.
It goes out into the ocean. Or it goes to a dock here that we could have. Because that's right up to the house.
I think that's our game plan for sure. So first things first, we're going to need to build this bridge, right?
Yep.
Josh and I set out on building this bridge as structurally sound as we could, given that we are placing some of the supports in gravel. But that's fine. This bridge needs to be strong enough to hold the lift going up and down, as well as its cargo. Tons upon tons of stone and ore will be lifted up from the depths to be used and refined later down the track. Now, if all goes to plan, this will be a mechanical advancement like no other. No more will my back be aching as I lie in bed at night because I won't be carrying various ores and tons of rocks in my pockets anymore. And I'm sure Josh's joints will thank him as well. Such luxuries don't come without their fair share of pain, however, as it's cold.
Well, it's freezing cold. I can't work in this temperature, Josh. Let's go for a nice. Look, and we don't have any other food. Some nice cold berries sound great.
This way.
All right. The winter months are quite harsh.
Well, maybe we should spend some time mining then. When you get some resources.
That is true. Okay, got my sleeping bag, got my arrows, got my crossbow. Got
I've
some
been
food.
workshopping this idea
Yeah.
recently. So
What's
we get
that?
around with these ropes all the time, and I was watching them swing before. I was
Yeah?
just thinking, what if we put something on the end of them? And I'm not sure how this will work out.
I don't know what you mean.
I made a couple of these.
Oh wow.
Now
What is that,
it's
a pa- is that
basically
a
all
gra-
it is. It's a pickaxe I tied to the end of a rope, and I figured if I throw this,
Okay.
maybe I can hook it up to something. So, oh wow, that okay.
Oh, I'm pulling. Look at that. Josh, where did you come up with this?
How do I get up?
A swift jump. Give it a quick
Whoa.
yank. There you go. Look at that.
You know, for many days now, I've been wondering if Josh actually has a brain inside that skull of his because, well, I've looked inside his eye holes and I can't see anything, but with this invention, I mean, there has to be something there. This will make traversing up and down our soon-to-be constructed shaft a breeze. Excited to test out Josh's new invention, we woke up early the next morning and headed towards the dig site.
Shh. Watch out. Got company. Look at him, he's
Oh,
waiting
gosh.
for us. They know. Oh!
Okay. Oh! Oh!
ambush! Run!
It's an ambush!
Well, that was the wake-up call we needed, I guess, because this is going to be a big day of work. I don't think either of us realized just how much digging we're going to have to do.
There you go. Oh, careful. Hang on, I'll come down as well.
Okay.
I think this is probably safe. Oh god.
Okay. Okay, down we go.
Trusting our lives in these little ropes we made is definitely a stretch, but like those ropes, we're stretching down to the bottom. That was pretty good. I tip my fedora towards Josh because this rope is a brilliant design. No longer do we need to spend so many valuable resources making ladders and escape ropes. Now we simply train our upper body strength with this grappling hook, as Josh named it. We lined ourselves up with the hole in the bridge up above and, well, started digging. And digging is probably the wrong term. I think I mean mining, because wow, look, I can't even get words out. The shaft was such a great idea, but at the time, neither of us thought we could get it done. But just like after eating a fat, rich meal, I kept pushing, persevered, and eventually we got it done. We reached our desired depth and hollowed it out to make a little bit of extra room. We then added a safety ladder that we could use for when the lift isn't in service. And with that done, the shaft is complete. We don't have the scaffolding or the lift yet, but we have a bridge and a mighty hole in the ground. Stay tuned for the next episode where we figure out how this lift works.
Good morning, Josh.
Good morning.
I've appeared to awoken and I'm a little bit under the weather. I must have developed a cold out here in the cold winter, but I feel okay. I'm still up to our tasks. I just sound a little, well, I sound like a little bit of those lizardmen, you know.
You sound completely normal to me, but you do sound a little bit insane.
Well,
how did I catch this cold, apart from being in the cold? Well, Josh and I have been working tirelessly, gathering actually, here, just have a look. As you know, last episode we dug the giant shaft in the ground to help accommodate our lift, and we needed some more lumber to use as supports.
look at you. Josh, it's not slowing down.
That's the last time I'll be having fun. We took the wood that we got from that tree and decided to make some support beams running up and down the shaft, as well as some cross bracing. These beams will also serve as guide rails to make sure that the lift doesn't swing side to side and get caught on any rock ledges on the way down. Sorry, I had something in my throat. You may have also been wondering what we were sitting outside of in the beginning of the video, and that's our new Tinker workshop. A small little shed to tinker in. And that just about catches us up to the present.
I'll cook you up some breakfast.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, I am starving actually. We got 22 cooked catfish here.
Oh. That's a nice catfish there you got there, Josh.
Oh, what are we doing today?
Well, I think you said it best yourself. We dug our hole yesterday, and we've got plenty of stone now. Stone only gets us. Stone against stone is I exhausted myself. The cold air mixed with exhaustion. We need something a little bit stronger to help fight the rock.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
That's okay. I wouldn't listen to me either. Wait, I am listening. Right, stop talking. I can't stop talking. Listen, I don't want to listen. Stop.
Oh, that's better than my human speech module removed. Without it, I can finally be at peace. Now, where were we?
Yeah, I think that it's only fitting if we actually have some more decent tools.
Isn't that what I was saying before?
That's what I started off my sentence. I said, as you were saying before.
It seems that Josh has his head in the clouds. Regardless, he gave me some stone tools for our adventure. This is almost worse. Reinstalling human speech module.
Okay, this will all make sense far in the future.
Alright, to the shaft. I don't know if this thing can take us there, but...
That's right. Also, you know what I realized? Once summer hits, we need to get some more. We need to get back into the leather making and make some pouches. You know, we can store some more things.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like, make some jeggings.
Some jeans.
Oh wait,
some
jorts.
Yeah.
Like jean leggings.
Aren't jeggings just tight jeans?
Yeah, I guess they would just be tight jeans. But that's
Josh,
what you wear in the summer.
What are you doing? You're being juvenile. Oh gosh, that was close. I got tangled on the leaves.
What are you doing? You're being Listen, check this one out.
Stocked up on tools and with our grapples in hand, well, for the most part, Josh and I descended down into the shaft. Now, this shaft goes down relatively deep. It goes all the way until there was a change in the Earth's crust. It was a much tougher, harder rock down below, but at this level, we imagine that this is where most ores and gems will reside.
Wait, so you're telling me when we stopped mining, we were literally 1 meter away from what we were looking for?
Yeah. Well, I guess that's what happens. That's, you work this hard, find nothing, and then you give up.
Well, let's dig this up, hey? Let's go.
So,
And I guess we were right. I mean, right ahead of us, 1 block in was iron. Exactly what we were looking for. You know, part of me thinks that when we first dug this little mineshaft entrance, we shouldn't have stopped where we did because, well, there's an image that I think resonates with all of us. So after discovering that this iron was so close yet so far, I don't think Josh and I will ever be able to stop mining. Ever. Just 1 more block.
The floating iron.
yeah, let's sit rep. How much do we get from just there? Oh, 12.
12, that's not bad.
That's pretty good. Now, what point do we branch off?
Well, we found iron here, so there must be more around. Why don't we branch off here?
So Josh and I branched off here in search of the iron ore. Or for that matter, anything that isn't stone in this cave. Funny enough, the further we went into this cave, the more interesting things we found. There was a small drip coming from one of the rocks, and so I dug through and, well, I got soaked, and this intrigued us. I sent some shrimp that I found on a recon mission.
Here, let me release some shrimp.
Release the shrimp? Actually, I feel like I can sort of see where that goes.
It's kind of relaxing in here. Josh told me it was peaceful and quite warm. We must keep our wits about us, however. This is a caution. This is a potential drowning hazard. This is, who knows what lies in this watery... Wow, he was right. It is warm and very peaceful. I had a quick look around for myself. The shrimp in my hand was urging me to go deeper into the cave, but I resisted as my lungs were filling up with... Well, they weren't... I wasn't drowning, but I was running out of air, which would eventually lead to drowning.
Right, should we try a different direction then?
Yeah, let's keep going.
We continued to spend hours down in this hole, searching for that of which we were searching. That doesn't make any sense. Though making many rights and lefts, we didn't find any ore. Instead, we found another water cave. This time, however, we were able to get a clearer view of what's inside. Wow, a magnificent underwater paradise. And bountiful loads of... and a lot of iron ore. Sorry, there was something in my throat. Now, while Josh and I can't explore this water wonderworld just yet, it's something that we're going to be looking forward to in the future. For now, though, it's time to give our upper bodies a workout. And little did we know, there was a surprise waiting for us on the bridge. And Josh, I hope your bones are strapped on tight today because, well, you'll see. Why is this ladder so long?
Check this out.
Alright, you're gonna... Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, another one.
Now, our attention was so drawn towards the zombie that neither of us were watching where we were stepping, and...
Oh! No! I'm coming, Josh! Oh, you're at the bottom! Okay. Hang tight.
With Josh at the bottom of the shaft, I descended the ladder with moderate haste.
Oh, my ankles.
After helping him up, we climbed the ladder, and that's when I slipped.
But I'm sure. Oh!
Well, it turns out that the sun has risen and the air is a little bit warmer. The grass is a little bit greener and the animals, they're frolicking. Spring has sprung in the Spruce Hamlet and that rejuvenates our senses. We are filled with a fresh breath of air and this is exactly what we needed. We were tired of being snowed in, chilled to our bones and hungry. I mean, nothing grows in winter. While this was a delightful change, we still had a plan at hand and that was to get this lift up and running. So we headed on over to our newly constructed Tinker workshop to pick up a few items that we might need.
Alright, so we've got our iron, Josh. It's beautiful. Spring has sprung. And we've got our rope system. We actually had the pulley here.
Let's get this iron going.
Yeah, put that in. I've got our rope pulley. Cutting it across.
Some reinforcements for the platform.
Perfect.
And blocks to build out of.
Alright, well let's make our way over.
Have we got that?
Oh, I thought you said I have.
No.
There is some spruce at the bottom of the mine though, that I carted down.
With the voice box of a young capuchin monkey, I picked myself up from that fall and we head on over to the dig site, eager to start construction on this new mechanism. And at this point, Josh and I were starting to get pretty comfortable with these new grappling hooks. As you can see, we're arriving at the bridge, we were quite daunted with the task, but excited nonetheless. Our first task was to make a structural point at which the lift can lift from. And speaking of lifting, can you lift your finger up and tap that subscribe button? Things are sprucing up in the Hamlet, and you won't want to miss what we find down in the caves. Now, I know you didn't just subscribe, so how about this? Choose a number between 1 and 10. Now, multiply that by 2. Multiply that answer by 5. Divide that answer by your original number. And finally, subtract 7. Your answer will be 3. And if it's not, I apologize that you wasted all that time. But if you did get 3, you know what to do. honest men will do an honest day's work if their village is on the line. I don't know where I've heard that before.
Oh, hey! You're taking a photo of me.
Absolutely. Look at this one, and let me know what you think, and then...
Oh, that's better, yeah. After a solid two days, I'd say, of problem solving and creation, this is what we have.
it. It's all ready. It's hooked up. It's functional. It's ready to go.
I asked Josh if he could give us a quick tour of the bridge and the lift that we had built.
This is the start of the bridge with the pulley. As you can see, this wonderful ergonomic design. Moving on, we have the main component here. The
That's
elevator,
right.
of course.
With these beautiful trusses to boost strength.
And
It's a bit of a step to get in, but...
the elevator carriage, yeah. Mind your head. There you go. Now, if you would say a little prayer, because this is the first time we've done this.
Oh. And it's not working. Hold on, there must be a gearbox issue. Oh, I know what's changed. I put a trapdoor down here to cover a piece up, but... Alright, goodbye. If this is the last time I ever
Farewell.
see you, just,
With no shortage of manpower, I was able to lower Josh down and raise him back up in our first ever test run of our new and improved, well, just new lift. Look at that baby glide. Once we're down at the bottom, we can then fill up the barrels on the cart with stones or gems, whatever we find down in the caves below. And then with a series of relatively okay gear reductions, the person up top can hoist them back up again with minimal effort. Of course, communication is key. I need to make sure that I don't pull Josh up prematurely and decapitate him or knock any of his bones off of the other ones.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey, that's awesome!
Now, if you look in the barrel in the bottom left,
Wow! You know, I did notice the weight gain, but wow.
yeah, there we go.
Do you mind I want to go for a ride. Here, take a few.
Thank you.
Josh took me for a spin of my very own on our new lift. To say I was excited, well, that would be an understatement. I wasn't sure what I was gonna... Oh, hey, this isn't so bad, is what I thought to myself as I descended down the depths of the shaft.
Oh gosh.
And so marks the end of another great advancement that Josh and I have achieved in this world. With this contraption, it's going to make carting resources down from the mines back up to our house a breeze. Well, as long as we have ample food and quite a bit of upper body strength, which of course we do. We're strong as, obviously.
Good evening, Josh.
Evening.
It is one of those lovely afternoons. Well, actually, it's nighttime now.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is pitch black.
There's something that's been weighing on me, and that's I want to use our mineshaft elevator a little bit more. You know, we spent so long building that, and we haven't even used it yet.
You know, yeah, we are running low on resources. We did all of that to get some resources, and
We didn't do any. Resource gathering is always going to be an uphill battle, but it's a battle that I'm willing to fight.
yeah, so we should probably prepare too, because those mines are kind of brutal. I think we
They
left
were.
because they were too brutal.
Yeah. So
So,
well, let's have a good night's sleep, and then look, we'll gear up, get a bit of armor on, maybe get some extra food, get some fish, and try and be as prepared as we can for whatever we come on in the mines.
After a long, restful night's sleep, dreaming of, well, I was in a dream where I soared through the kaleidoscopic skies on the back of a giant winged tiger. Anyway, that's not important right now. What is important, though, is that Josh and I get prepared for our adventure down in the mines, I suppose.
I've got pretty much every tool that I think I need, apart from a sword.
I see, you have some shiny pants. You want oh my god!
What the hell?
A giant arachnid vaulted through the windows and engaged in a sudden and malevolent assault on Josh. Luckily, though, Josh has been practicing his judo.
Let me just...
Clean that up for a yeah, get out, he's too thick.
Now that that's taken care of, it's time to actually prepare ourselves for our little adventure. We made our way towards the storage shed, past all of the unfortunate ones burnt in the morning light, and got to work using what little materials we had left to create some armor and some defensive armaments. If such horrible creatures like that giant arachnid can spawn in the darkness of the night, what can spawn in the darkness of the caves? This thought filled us with fear, so I took our materials and split them with Josh. I was going to make us some armor and he was going to make us some weapons. And we did just that. I gave Josh a quick debriefing of the new defensive equipment.
There you go, Josh. I've crafted up some different armor attire. We've got a leather cap to protect our noggins. You know, if we're in the caves, any loose rubble, you know, that'll just add a bit of cushion.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, my skull's not going to get completely fractured now.
Exactly. Some leather boots as well. You know, I don't want to get sore feet. Chainmail leggings. I was able
Very nice.
to use. We only had a little bit of iron, and I was able to actually break it up and link it together in chains.
Yeah, keeps the legs nice and light. but
Exactly. And airflow, of course. And then, of course, the iron chestplate, which is the piece de résistance.
still, see.
I think Josh was happy with what I made him. He didn't seem to thank me, but he didn't scold me either. But just as time flies, the time was flying. I guess that's part of the saying. And to document our adventure, he wanted to take a picture before we went down into the mines, in front of this beautiful mountain range. I stood there and smiled. Of course, now it was getting close to my bedtime and I was getting a tad bit weepy. I thought a night's sleep was in order. I'd hoped that I'd continue that dream of riding a winged tiger. But instead, I dreamt of meticulously organizing a vast collection of beige, nondescript office supplies.
Good morning, Josh. This
Morning.
image above my bed will be us today.
I see. Terrified. Going
Terrified?
into hell.
Exactly.
Little did we know, Josh's depiction of this art piece was pretty spot on. I'm sure that you can tell this is going to be no ordinary cave trip by now. This is going to be something much bigger than both of us think. But we continued on past this building that has just about as much use as a solar-powered flashlight. I don't know why we built it, but it's still there. But it was finally time to descend into the shaft.
Go down on the ladder and I'll
Alright.
lower this so that we can bring our resources back up.
Very good. Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay.
Alright, you ready?
I'm ready.
As I was pulling the crank, lowering the cage, and by extension Josh down the shaft, I was filled with an overwhelming emotion. Fear and despair filled my body as I lowered Josh down, and I didn't know why. I chose to repress these feelings, however, and I didn't bring them up with Josh, although I think I should have.
In the mines, Josh. We've got some of this stuff here that... Well, actually, now that we've got some better tools...
Do we know what this is?
No, it's
I mined the rest of the up. Not entirely sure what it does yet, but we have it now.
Onwards.
Onwards. And I guess this is now where our... You know, we've got the dark, dirty hole here.
Dark, dirty hole. Careful.
I was thinking we go up here, perhaps. And start digging, you know, this
Yeah.
way and see. And if we come across nothing, then we'll choose a different path.
Sure.
By the flickering light of the flames, we started mining forward, one block at a time, breaking each with our delicate pickaxes. Sorry, I meant arms, our delicate arms. However, after mining for a few hours and finding nothing, we decided to turn back, find somewhere else to start digging, and start digging somewhere else. And that's when I found it. A surefire sign that there was good things this way. A valuable resource. Gold.
This gold, Josh, is a valuable resource, I'm sure. We found that people like to use emeralds as a trading currency, but we're of high intellect that, you know, gold is more valuable, in my humble opinion.
Thanks for your input.
In that case,
So yeah, considering there's that gold there, we didn't really branch off at all here. Keep going this way for a bit, and then we branch
Yeah.
off to the sides.
okay.
So after just wasting multiple hours mining into a stone wall, we decided to start mining into a different stone wall. Unlike our previous endeavor, we were gonna find something on the other side.
Oh, this is like when we found that water cave.
I don't think it's like when we found the water cave.
What is that?
It's moving. It's like the wall is moving.
It's like pulsating.
Yes, a strange ethereal pulse was coming from this wall, as well as a purple glow emitting from the cracks in the stone. It also smelt pretty bad, but of course, being the brave adventurers that we are, we broke through and decided to investigate. After all, the Spruce Hamlet is sitting on top of this expansive cave.
You see these bodies?
Dude,
I
it's
don't think this is safe or careful.
well, people have been here before, clearly. Oh God! What is that?
God.
A grotesque creature peered through the crack in the earth, revealing itself to us.
It's dead.
But
Wait,
it's standing on two legs.
it's got tusks. It's half its skull is just rotting.
Oh.
Whatever it is, I don't think it's standing there just to say hi.
Well, considering it didn't say anything, I don't think so either. I placed my hand upon the wall in which the crack was formed and tried my best to make communication with this beast.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh!
Okay. We mean you no harm. I don't think he can. He doesn't.
Is he letting us through?
With our shields guarding our chest, he walked past, wielding his golden sword. He seemed adamant on Josh and I going through this rift in the world. He called upon one of his friends, and they tried to push Josh through. I decided that we should go in together.
Oh, it's hot.
Oh,
Where?
Josh, I need to take some clothes off.
What is? What are they? What is
Oh
this?
my! oceans of lava, faces in the ground. Josh, this is...
What is hanging from the ceiling? What is? It's alive.
I've heard many depictions of hell or of a nether realm. Josh, I think this must be it.
Do you see that in the water? Is he
do.
fishing?
He is!
They just live here. Oh, you can just feel the heat rising. Oh, there's another one below us. He's
Is
also
there?
fishing.
Oh, wow.
Wait, do you see that ball?
Wait, that is a ball.
Stranded in this hellish landscape, across from the faces in the ground was a floating ball, a black orb, staring at us. It didn't have eyes, but we could feel its gaze. It drew us closer. Josh had his sword and shield and I drew my bow, but it appeared to be no apparent threat. It seemed to be content with just hovering there, floating around, observing us. Of course, I had to try and grab it.
Oh,
Oh, you got it.
I'm not feeling too... I don't like holding it. It's... Oh, I might put it down.
I released the orb from my grasp and watched as it floated away, leaving us to stare at this landscape around us. Trudging through this dark sand was hard, as if it was clinging onto us for hope.
What is that? It's just a...
It's like a skeletal snake with spikes on its back.
I really don't like the looks of that thing.
No, I'm getting a bit of an uneasy feeling being here, to be honest.
Oh, there's more. I didn't... Okay.
Oh, it's very
Whatever
hot.
it is, I think we should leave.
I think we should as
Let's
well.
just
I'm
go
not
home.
feeling too good.
Having decided to try our luck with this portal, we headed back towards, but it was there, blocking our only path. This skeletal snake.
I think he saw us. Oh,
What is that? What is that? Is that a ghost? What? Ow!
Yet another unknown creature spawned in this hellish dimension. A malevolent spirit, perhaps, one of those slain before us. But I didn't have time to think of this. We had to make a break for it, our only chance. Josh ran to the portal and I followed closely behind.
Oh!
go, 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 go.
Okay. Oh! You'll never get us alive. Ah! He's right there! Pick yourself
Wait.
up, Josh. Pick yourself up. This looks a little bit different.
Oh,
Okay, but it's one of the friendly ones.
I swear there was
It was a bigger cave.
like a... Yeah, a cave. Like, there was more here than...
I want this place. I need to blow this up.
No. Whoa. No. What do you think that's gonna do?
Did you see what I saw in there, Josh? There was creatures of the end times. There was skeletal snakes with ghosts following them around.
Josh was right to question what would happen if we were to blow this portal up, but given what we'd just seen, what we'd experienced, and what we'd felt, the only thing we could do was destroy it.
Okay, I've laid the fuse. Okay,
Set
you
her off
ready?
before he comes back.
Ow!
Oh!
It's fine. Oh!
Oh!
Okay, I think it worked. I'm on fire though. Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Josh and I cautiously approached the rubble, the remains of this rift in the world, and I didn't feel anything. I think that's good. All that we could do was hope that this evil was removed from beneath the Spruce Hamlet, our home, everything that we've ever known, apart from the jungle and the desert and the animals that we've lost along the way. But there was in fact still something very wrong with the Spruce Hamlet. As Josh raised up the elevator with me inside, he couldn't help but notice a difference in the air around him. Something was very different around the Spruce Hamlet.
There we go. That was the trip.
It was good, but I'm just struggling to forget what I saw. Is all.
Listen, we'll go home. We'll take this stuff home. We'll have a nice meal and we'll forget all about it.
Okay.
On our way back to the house, Josh and I picked a few berries. They had grown while we were gone. While the bushes were still very prickly, it was a little bit more tangy than usual.
It's a little bit more tangy than usual.
Little things around us started to seem off. This swing seemed like it was 1 or 2 blocks too far to the left. Or maybe it's the chasm, and maybe it's 2 or 3 blocks longer. Neither of us could explain it, but perhaps there was a tectonic shift while we were out.
Does that look right to you, Josh? That backdrop behind the... I mean,
Was that?
there was always a cliff there, right? Yeah, there was always a...
There was.
There-
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course there was. Right?
Sorry.
Like,
Yeah. I must just be envisioning things. Josh, let's go see the fishermen. Something just doesn't feel right. I just need to clarify with them.
Flushed with a sense of despair, Josh and I both agreed to go and see the fishermen, see if anything happened while we were gone. Perhaps a big earthquake. Maybe it raised up the mountain backdrop. But an earthquake wouldn't make the forest more dense, or the berries more tangy. As we approached the bridge to the fishing hut, we passed Gary's house, but noticed Gary wasn't there. I thought maybe he would know something. We decided to stop by and check.
Gary the...
Gary, Here, I'll knock.
But, oh, I thought he would have been.
Gary! 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 If you're in there, I'm coming in, Gary.
I opened the door expecting to see Gary sleeping, perhaps, but his house was empty. And that's when we noticed the source of the cool breeze. There's some new glacial formations off to the west. And as was the case with Gary, the fishermen don't seem to be here. At this point, I really started to freak out. I asked Josh to hit me. I needed to make sure that this wasn't a dream. And to my surprise, it felt very real. And the monsters spawned in the darkness of night seemed to support that. Where were we? What is this place? Is this home? Is this the Spruce Hamlet? Or merely a reflection of it, bouncing off a rippled pond? Wherever we are, it's not safe to be outside after dark. We headed back towards the house, fighting for our lives. We had to make a break for it, however, because we were overrun by monsters and these flying phantoms came down, swooping us and forcing us to retreat. We ran as fast as we could, and given what we've seen during this day, it wasn't that hard to run. I look back on it now and think it was a mistake to choose to go down into the mines that day. As much as we needed those resources, we needed our home more. But this place is home now, and we have to accept that. I still don't know what happened today, or if our real home still exists. Regardless, Josh and I will find answers. But for now, we need to settle in and face the truth. Home is gone.
It's a nice afternoon, or morning, don't you think? The sun is speeding down.
That's right, it's burning my skull.
That's right. As you can see here, I've been woodworking.
To say I've been just woodworking would be an understatement. I've set up this shack for large and small projects alike. But this can all wait because I had to bring something up with Josh. Something serious.
I don't know if you heard it last night. There was a big bang.
My bones rattled.
Yeah, you rattled McBones yourself to wake. I thought we should check it out, but I think it's down the river. I did a little bit of scouting and there's a bit of a river, so, you know, we built the Jungle Explorer. I think it's time that we build another boat. A smaller boat that can be a little bit more nimble, because that one used to get caught up on the reeds and things a little bit.
Yeah, a lighter boat maybe.
That's
as
right.
Well.
Yeah, Josh and I were suddenly awoke at midnight by a loud rumble that shook the ground. The peaceful quiet of the night around the Spruce Hamlet was shattered by this unexpected noise, leaving us both confused and uneasy. I had to piece together Josh's bones as he had vibrated apart. It seemed like the earth was rumbling beneath us, and I wanted to check it out, so I wasted no time scrounging together whatever lumber we had left in order to make this boat. Similar to the Jungle Explorer, it would seat both of us, but unlike the Jungle Explorer, this boat will be able to fit into narrow passages. It's less wide and it's not as deep. I feel like there's some sort of innuendo here. Regardless, by the time the boat was done, the sun was high in the sky and I signaled to Josh to come over and check it out.
Hello there, swimmer boy. Michael Phelps doing some...
That was a long breath holding. It was...
The boat being a smaller design made it quick and easy to build, so I required Josh's help in order to push the boat into the water. He pushed with all his might, and I was hoping his bones wouldn't fall apart again.
How you going back there? Whoop! Oh! Okay, we're in.
Wow, that is buoyant.
Wow, it's almost like I designed it to be buoyant. It's almost like boats need to float. Anyway, I asked Josh how he liked the ride, sitting up the front.
It's leisurely. I feel like I'm out in the proverbial canals of Italy.
I had no idea what Josh had said. I had no idea who Italy was and why we were in her canals. I chose to smile and nod and pretend that I knew exactly what he was talking about. Now, to get this boat out of this little bay will prove to be quite tricky because this is the closest entrance to the ocean. And I'm realizing now that we should have built it on the other side of this little bridge. But it's fine. We overheard all these comes and we blow them up with TNT.
I guess we can't really turn it into some sort of bridge.
You know, we could either turn it into a bridge with days of effort and dig it out with sweat and blood, or we just light a fuse and blow it up.
That does sound like the easier option.
It does.
Well, let me spend just one night in here.
Okay, alright, look, I'll spend a night in here with you, but look, we can always turn this into a bridge after. We can bring it back to its former glory once it's... What? Oh, it's not... I'm not quite tired enough, I guess. Hey, do you have any sleeping pills?
It's fine, I can just wait. Hopefully I won't be waiting long because it sucks being in the trees. There's these... I kept getting bitten by something. I don't know what.
Oh, something bit me, Josh.
Oh, that was me.
Let me just... Look, the morning is when you should fish, right? Do you have a fishing rod, by chance?
No, actually.
Alright, well, would you like to watch?
That is quite a lot of slack on the line there.
Oh, not to worry. Whoa! Josh, a creature from the depths.
The depths! The depths of like a meter here.
Yeah. We'll cast one more.
Catch and release.
You know, fishing's good to clear the head, especially after a rough night's sleep. And it was good to spend a bit of one-on-one time with my best buddy Josh as we were just about to embark on a new journey. But of course, before we could leave, we needed to blow these trees sky high.
We're gonna need a bit of gunpowder, I think, right? Because I don't want to... I mean, unless you want to light the fuse and run.
I'm not live. Do you have a bit of flint?
I think I've got a flint and steel up in my bedside table. Not exactly
go grab that.
Yeah. And I've also got... grab everything off my shelf, please, if you could.
Okay.
So I sent Josh to go and get my things because I told him that I was gonna get everything ready. I was doing a lot of important things. I was preparing.
Hello.
Hello. I'm in this...
Well, I was hungry and I only caught one fish. So I ended up giving the fish to Josh. And it was now time to start carefully laying down the TNT in amongst the trees. The theory was that the TNT would blow up the trees, catching the leaves on fire and then leaving a crater for the water to fill in. But of course, the only way to test a theory is to put it into practice. So I laid down the gunpowder to a safety spot behind this rock, which would protect us from any flying debris. And now with everything laid out, it was time to light the fuse. Of course, being careful not to light myself on fire.
Alright.
Set her off!
Whoa!
Oh, there she goes! Wait, we've got a fire under control.
Oh, careful! Oi!
Whoa! Oh, I've got to pat this fire out. Lit the grass on fire, a bit dry.
Our plan seemed to work. The TNT ignited and blew up the tree trunks as well as leaving a crater in the ground for the water to fill. We stood back and watched as the leaves burned out and left us with nothing but a clean river straight to the ocean. With the waterway clear, it's time to embark on our journey.
So, Josh. Oh,
Oh, wonderful. What a great day to go out on the water.
Of course, the day we set aside to leave, it starts raining. Why does this happen to us every time? It's fine. We can turn this situation into a good one.
if there's any time to practice meditation, Josh, I think now is it.
Meditation? What's that?
It's where you take a minute to reflect. You connect with your inner self. You sit.
My skin is actually... Well, I don't have skin, but my bones are pretty matte. They're not shiny at all.
Not that reflect, you imbecile. Reflect as in, look back on. You know, think about yourself and what you think about.
Wow, I meditate a lot it seems, and I think you should too. Welcome to my YouTube channel, a sanctuary for the mind, body and soul. I think. Our community is growing, and I invite you to join us by hitting that magical subscribe button. Oh, I love meditating. Thank you. Good morning. It was a nice night. We spent it inside, getting away from the rain. We awoke to the sound of the undead crawling back to the shadows. A surefire sign that day is here. And with the day brought a new adventure. Josh and I spent the morning preparing, getting the boat ready for its maiden voyage and packing things we might need. We didn't know how long we would be on this adventure, so we didn't pack light. Granted, we couldn't pack heavy either because the boat had a very limited storage capacity. But before we knew it, we were on board, sailing through the tunnel out into the open ocean.
What's it called when fresh water meets salt water? Degradation.
That is certainly not correct, but I didn't care. I was just excited to meet Italy and see her canal. Sorry. It was a little daunting taking this tiny boat out into the open ocean, but luckily we only had to hug the coast. It was certainly amazing though to see the Spruce Hamlet from this point of view. The place is really coming together, and I have no doubt that it'll be expanding very quickly, very fast. If we don't sink and drown right here, that is. After that, I swiftly avoided this kelp. It seemed to be sucking the boat into the ocean. But with not much else to do, Josh asked me how my lunch was. How nice.
What did you have on your sandwich earlier?
Ham and cheese, Josh. A typical sandwich for me.
Just a nice cool ham and cheese?
Yeah. What about you? What have you got there?
Just a bowl of iceberg lettuce.
Very interesting choice for lunch, but who am I to judge? But after a short journey south along the coast, we found the river heading inland. And right away, I spotted something that we needed, some more local vegetables. I stopped and picked up some wild onions. We stopped for the night in this little lush cave. We nestled the boat in and laid down our sleeping bags, ready for a sleep. I think the onions were a little too far gone, though. After a relatively smelly night's sleep, we were on the river yet again, heading inland, looking for any clues or information of what this rumble in the earth was. And wow, look at that, just look at that waterfall. We didn't exactly know what we were looking for, but we were having that much of a good time rowing down the river that it didn't bother us. How's the serenity?
I think the river's coming to an end, Josh. It seems to be narrowing just up here. Okay, if you look behind you...
We got is that some sort of
building.
Another town.
Some hay, Josh? Look, they've even got there's a banner up there. A flag.
Yeah, let me get the old spyglass out.
Alright, I'll bring her up to a stop here.
They have some sort of strange. I don't know what you would call that. It
Let me take a look.
seems to be rotating.
Oh, it's sort of it almost reminds me of our elevator, Josh.
We approached this place with caution. Well, not really. We sort of just docked the boat and hopped on. But I forgot to mention something. You would have seen this little pup earlier in the video and wondered who he was. Or she, or they. Anyway, a pack of wolves wandered up to us one night and were smelling Josh, I think. They wanted his bones, but this one stuck by my side. If you have a name for him, put it down in the comments below and we'll choose one of them. Anyway, we continued up this rickety platform thing.
Ring for service.
Okay, good, you can read. I was worried there. I don't know.
Do you want to give it a ring, Josh? It sort of matches your head tone.
Alright, let me give it a ring with.
Josh gave the bell a mighty whack and we could hear commotion coming from atop the cliff. And I think they were arguing.
It's fine, cousin. I'll check it out. Stay there.
Much to our surprise, a man came running to our assistance, almost falling off the cliff.
Hey guys, how can we help you?
Look, we were just coming through. We were investigating a noise we heard last night, and
Say no more.
oh,
The odd-sounding man lowered this cage. It was a lift, I think, bringing us up to his house, I presume. Naturally, Josh and I were a little taken back, but maybe this man has some answers.
as the sun sets, it might be nice to. Oh,
There we
well, they're not as proficient as us.
The sun was setting and it was getting a little bit eerie outside. We were going into this stranger's house and we were completely at his control. He could chop the rope at any minute. We thought we better be on our best behavior. After all, Josh has his tools, his crossbow and his sword all strapped to his body and we didn't want to come across hostile.
Hey,
This woman outside feeding the birds stumbled over her words. Well, not her, just two words, really. She stumbled between husband and cousin. I don't want to think about it. Anyway, she told us to go through and check the farm out the side of the house, and that's where we'll find her husband, Harmond.
hey, Harmond.
friend.
We explained what we're doing out this far from home and what we heard, and this is how he replied.
Yes, hello little freaks. That seemed to be an earthquake that caused a sinkhole in my far paddock. Can you help me with something? Perhaps you and Josh could go down
I'm
and...
sorry?
First of all, Josh, how did he knew your name?
No, first of all, listen, buddy. You say hello in it.
Anyway, as I was saying...
Harmond then proceeded to tell us that his grandmother's ashes were down at the bottom of that cave, and I asked him why, and he said that he was carting them back from the crematorium or something like that, and the earthquake struck and he had to drop the box and run. They're at the bottom of a big cave, along with a paddock of cows. He saw an opportunity and took it. He's asking us for help. In return, he said that we can keep one or two of his finest cows.
Good morning.
Still in one piece. I don't feel any gaps in my ribcage.
And I don't feel any. Well, my butthole doesn't feel any less.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop that there before I say anything I will regret in the future. But we awoke the next morning after a cozy sleep in the house, ready to take a closer look at this cave, see what he was talking about, this sinkhole. And, well, he wasn't lying.
What is this?
Well, he
Come
wasn't.
on.
He wasn't.
Is that a cow down there?
Okay, I guess the cows maybe fell through as well. Maybe he was herding them back.
Oh, maybe this was their like. Hang on, there was a pen here as well. It looks like.
Oh, I see. And then, oh, the poor cows.
Harmond saw us checking out the hole and brought us back to the house. He had something to show us. He was telling us that he had no way of getting down there, so he'd started prototyping this idea that he'd seen in his dreams. A parachute, he called it.
Oh wow, we've got some reinforced paper, some string, feathers, and some sticks.
What are we gonna do with that?
You will strap them together onto your back and jump off the perch at the front of the house. It will be amazing.
Are you mad? You want to strap some paper together with some strings and sticks and float down to...
I don't have much time. My wife and kids will leave me. Do this or I will eat you both. I have done it before.
Sorry.
Okay, sure, we'll,
Okay.
look, we'll give it a crack.
Beef and leather would be an amazing resource to have at the Spruce Hamlet, so we decided to give this a crack. After all, what do we have to lose other than quite literally everything? It is a big drop though.
Haha. Haha.
He wants us to...
That's a long drop. If I fall apart, you can sort of put me back together again.
Alright, well, I'll watch.
Alright. Yeah, well, get out of the way.
Okay. Are you sure? You know what you're doing? Are you sure?
No, I don't know what I'm doing.
Josh! Josh! Josh, can you hear me? What? Okay, I'll come down. Josh, That was a long fall, buddy.
Josh was at the bottom, laying face down on the hay bales. They didn't really seem to cushion much of any fall. I helped him back to his feet and we hopped back in the lift, ready to go up and figure out what went wrong with Josh's attempt.
Does it hurt?
Does it? Do you want to try jumping off a cliff and hitting the bottom and telling me if it hurt?
It was getting late and Harmon invited us in for dinner. We asked him what went wrong and, well, simply we didn't pull the string. If we pull the string, it deploys the parachute. The string was on the right-hand side. I'll remember that for tomorrow. Dawn broke and before I could wake up and listen to myself think, I decided to jump.
Okay, string on the right side. Or was it the left? Or was it... Hang on, string on the left or the right?
I'll find the string now, why don't you?
String on the left! It wasn't on the left! Ow!
Well, the string wasn't on the left-hand side. I guess maybe I should have thought about something before I woke up and just threw myself off this cliff. Anyway, I'm okay. I'm a little bit bruised, but I figured I could catch Josh if anything went wrong. But nothing will go wrong, right?
Alright, are you ready for me?
Alright, I'm ready.
Alright, here I come.
Alright, I got you, Josh.
Oh!
Yes! No way!
It worked. Josh is floating. This parachute, leather, feathers, whatever, it's all strapped together and it works. It just worked.
What happened?
Oh, I thought I was close.
With what I had just witnessed, I wanted to try and see if it would work for me as well. I know that I weigh a little bit more than Josh, considering I am a sack full of meat, blood, and water, but I had no doubt in Harmon's skill. But I wouldn't be lying if I wasn't lying.
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay. Oh! Oh!
Oh!
Well, I guess we know how we're going to go down and get Harmon's grandmother's ashes. We're going to parachute in. It's going to be like an action movie.
Let's get to it. Which way? Yes, we can go this way.
I guess, yeah, we can go around. Alright, well,
Tragedy had struck. Josh had slipped. Luckily, though, his parachute deployed. I fell down and deployed my parachute as well. Now we were in this cave together. Quite a large cave, too. It was ginormous. But at the bottom, there was danger waiting for us.
No.
Is there any water nearby? Ow!
It wasn't exactly the warm welcome that we were expecting, but I guess we weren't what is... Oh, it's the cows, of course. Anyway, I think I'll always stand by the saying that a welcome is better than no welcome, maybe. Actually, no, I take that back. I can think of a few reasons where that wouldn't be good. Regardless, Josh and I jumped across to this little outpost, a little safety sanctuary. Harmon said that his firstborn son tried to come down and rescue their grandmother's ashes, but he was nowhere to be seen, and there was a foul smell nearby.
I see a box.
Oh! Granny Smith! And that's all. Oh, and that's all the gravel that fell from yeah, directly above. I'm guessing that has her ashes inside. Oh, yep, it sure does.
Oh, that she wasn't fully.
I don't think they.
All right, well let me.
Yeah, you take that. Now we need to find a way out of here.
Yeah, that was complete chunks of a person. Getting down here was one thing, but getting out would be another challenge entirely. It was getting late in the day and the sun was starting to set. This meant that Josh and I couldn't see any exits to the cave. There was no more sunlight beaming in. We thought we were lost down here, but Josh had a plan. First though, we decided to take a look around to make sure that there wasn't any easy way out. Maybe Harmon, I don't know, maybe set up a ladder or something. You know, maybe he was at least trying to get this done.
Okay, it almost looked like there was a way to swing over there, so...
Well, here, I'll start hauling Granny.
Yeah, you think you can take it up those vines?
Yeah, I think so. I'll give it my best shot.
There is a way to swing across.
With no easy exit around, Josh had a way out, but it was going to be a little bit dangerous.
So you see how there's the exit just there? So maybe we can swing onto the vines on that pillar and then climb up, go onto that side bit and swing across again.
Okay.
You sound very confident.
Well, I think it's our only option, to be honest.
So that was the plan. Josh was going to swing me across onto these vines and we'd be able to hop, skip and a jump to the exit. Well, so we thought. Josh was making sure the grapple had a good lock on the rocks up above so that we wouldn't fall.
You gotta climb up the vines to there's a bit of stone on the side, okay?
Okay. Okay, I've got Granny.
With Granny in my hands and my cheeks in Josh's, we edged our way closer to the rock face. Then Josh took it. The leap of faith.
I'm in! I'm off! Josh.
Alright, now you gotta climb around the bends there.
Around the...
You gotta climb around the bend. God. That was the realest scream I've ever heard.
Alright, take two. Good thing I had that parachute, otherwise Granny and I would have been one. And I don't want to be messed with any of that family. It all seems very weird. Josh was going to try and deposit me on the outside face now so that I wouldn't have to cross that corner, because that was scary.
Oh! Okay.
Ow! Oh, you made it.
I made it.
It's my turn. Here I come.
Oh, Josh. I'm freaking out, man. Climb on up. It's
The room.
barely.
How do I? Oh my god. Okay.
Now, stranded on this pillar of rock, we could see the exit. It was a swift swing away. Josh threw the grapple and got a firm hold. It was time for one more swing.
Oh! Alright, just here.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
We were safe. All we had to do was exit this cave without being killed by the multitude of monsters lurking inside. I held Granny's ashes tight in my clutches and sprinted past them right towards the starry moonlight. Wow, we really just made a movie scene here. Anyone would think that this is for entertainment purposes. I don't know. It's very weird. Out in the open air, Josh and I were now free. And would you look at that? We were actually close to the hay bale. Maybe we could have entered this way and not have to worry about going through all of the hassle with Harmon's parachute. But here we are. Exhausted after carrying a half-decayed granny all this way, we deposited her straight in the house. It was the dead of night, but we didn't bother waiting. And I was not gonna dare wake anyone up in this family. I don't know what they're doing up there. So we dumped the ashes on the ground and headed out into the paddock. We were far too exhausted to leave now, so we looked for somewhere safe and cozy to lay down the sleeping bags for a restful night's sleep. Naturally, I made the mistake of sleeping in the cow pen. I thought it would be nice and warm and fuzzy, but it just stank.
Alright, Josh, where are you? Josh.
Oh,
Oh, there you are. Quick.
oh, they're getting away.
They're getting away. They're gonna
Okay,
fall
let's take-
down. Let's take one each, okay? You gotta pick the best one.
These are the good ones. These are the ones that don't try and escape.
That's right. Alright, you take that guy. I'm gonna... Oh, boy, they're heavy.
Oh.
Okay, do you reckon the parachute will hold us and the cows?
We were both awoken early in the morning to the cows free roaming everywhere. I must have forgotten to lock the gate when I went in there to sleep, and they were getting away. Josh and I grabbed the two best behaved ones and took off before Harmon and his family could see what we'd done. But it was time to see if cows could fly. We had no time to lose. Everyone was waking up.
Oh! Yes!
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna get right onto the boat.
Where
Where we're dropping, boys.
I am holding it in my mouth.
Well, I bet you didn't think that you would see this when you clicked on this video. Two boys parachuting down to their little canoe with cows in hand. Wow. You really never know what you're going to get.
We gotta go.
With the cows safely stowed away on the canoe, I grabbed the dog and we headed off before we could be caught by anyone back at that weird house. Harmon and his friends were nice and comforting, but they had some weird secrets and dark doings that I didn't want to know anything about. We did what he asked. We reclaimed their family's grandmother's ashes from the caves down below, and we took our fair share of the prize. Two beautiful cows will be ready to live out their days on the beautiful Spruce Hamlet.
Oh, Josh, what a day.
So nice just to be able to sit back and spend a bit of time relaxing. I feel
It
like
is.
we've been so busy recently.
We've done a lot of building, and the weather's really warming up.
It really only feels like a few weeks ago that we were preparing for winter, making our woolly warm coats and shoveling the snow, but here we are on the brink of summer, enjoying a nice fruity punch on our rock and watching the sun set over the ocean. Before long though, it was time to head back inside.
Here, I'll take my drink. I'll leave it. It's all good.
We'd been building a new house behind the workshop there for new residents, one of which has already moved in. Dion. He was abandoned by his parents in the ocean.
House is coming together nicely.
It is.
I think Dion's taken up residence. Let me go checking in on him. Yeah, there he is.
Oh, is he in there?
In a soft, reassuring tone, I said,
Good night, Dion!
The echo in there.
Yeah. The retaining walls coming up well. Ready for some new plots.
alongside the new communal home, we have some new plots ready to be made up into various houses and buildings, all of which will have a different use, but that's a topic for another day. What I would like to talk about now is Josh's attitude towards me tonight. I cooked him dinner and gave him some berries, and this is the thanks I get.
I hope that the bed bugs bite.
Say that again.
It's fine, I'm a grown boy, I can put myself to bed. What he says doesn't affect me, not at all. The sun rose again, and with it, one of the undead.
I think it's a sign that we need to hone our archery skills.
Yeah, look, I've got a bow here. No arrows though.
One of Josh's distant relatives was waiting outside under our porch, hiding from the sun, and we couldn't have that. We couldn't have anyone thinking that the Spruce Hamlet was a place of refuge.
Right, where
I
is
don't
he?
see him.
He's got to be around here somewhere.
Skin Diana Bones was waiting just around the corner, bow drawn at the ready. But Josh was quicker.
We got it. Oh, 10-6!
Oh,
Nice work!
This early morning encounter prompted us to test our archery skills to ensure we can protect our residents and, more importantly, us.
let me try and hit something from here. What are we aiming for?
Good question. Let's see. Okay, the lantern on Dion's house.
The lantern on Dion's house.
Yeah, here, you shoot and then I'll shoot.
All right.
Did you?
Did I hit that?
Not only did Josh hit it, he nailed it. Successfully hitting such a small target from this far away, especially on the first shot, maybe we don't need to practice our archery skills at all. I took a few arrows out of Josh's quiver and lined it up for myself. Surely I had the same skills as my buddy Josh.
Okay, here.
Oh wow! Oh my god! Oh,
Hang on.
that one was a little off.
Here, you got to spot me. Where do I go? Left, right?
That's okay, not every great archer hits his first shot. With Josh's guidance, That's okay. I'll get it on the next one. There was a gust of wind on each one of those previous shots, but the wind has died down now. Wow, a bullseye! Ah, you've got to be kidding me!
Oh, it's fine. I'll get it in the next shot, Josh. I promise you. You'll see. Watch this.
While I was getting frustrated with this archery, it didn't cross my mind that this is Dion's house, and it would appear that the sound of the arrows hitting his shutters woke him up.
Okay, that's just a few meters below.
Below. Okay, so a bit of it up.
Yeah, a bit up. Oh, I think you shot in through the trapdoors.
And hit Dion.
That's exactly what happened. It was only 2 days ago that we rescued Dion from that frozen boat,
Okay, so you're a little low. Oh, there's Dion. He's in the firing line.
and within those 2 days, he's already been critically damaged by me and Josh. Wow. Having gone down and collected our arrows, prying them from Dion's house, Josh came up with the fabulous idea that we should build an archery range.
Well, I guess we need to find a good place to make an archery range. Somewhere safe, maybe with like with nothing behind it.
Yeah, we needed to find a suitable location on the Hamlet for this archery range with nothing behind it that could be shot and killed. Josh and I don't have the money for a lawyer in court, space in our busy schedules to deal with this, let alone the room in the Spruce Hamlet for a filthy grave. Disgusting. And then we saw this, the Stone Valley.
Well, hang on. How about we have because I like the idea of shooting in the valley, right? Like we can have different targets at different levels. What about we have like a platform up here that's sort of at the same height as up here? Careful now. And like we can have different targets.
Yeah, like a truss platform here.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. How nice would that be? And that way, we don't have to. We can put some hay bales up, but even if it goes over the hay bales, there's this big cliff here for it to catch.
I mean, I don't know how much better a plan can sound. This is in a stone valley. Nothing can get hit anywhere. There is going to be no court cases or gravestones in our immediate future. I mean, there is these alpacas on the top of the range, but, well, one, they're not sentient, and two, who's going to miss them? With a vision set in stone of what we want to make, it was time to make this vision a reality. Josh got started digging a channel for the water to run down into the lake, while I started building the platform that we shoot from. Our brand new archery range is going to feature 3 lanes, all of which can be shot at simultaneously. Perfect for you and 2 of your best buds to test out your brand new crossbows that you got for Christmas. Of course, any archery range isn't complete without their own set of unique targets, and this one is no different. The Spruce Hamlet archery range will be open 24/7, allowing you and your buddies to swing by anytime. And no need to bring anything from home, as we have everything you need at your disposal. Enjoy a fun family night out, or challenge your buddies to beat your high score in our archery range, now featuring a safety precaution. Swing by anytime or book in the comments below to secure your position.
What a hard day's few work, Josh. What a few days hard work, Josh.
A day's view of working hard.
That's right. And look at what we've got.
This new wonderful archery range, right, perfectly designed to hone our skills in the form of long-range stabbing.
Give me a tour of the place. Here, I'll pretend to be a welcomed visitor.
Hello there. Welcome to the archery range. Come on in.
Thank you.
We'll step up here first.
Oh, very nice.
Here we have a multitude of shooting lanes, naturally to keep the individual as an individual.
That's right. We don't want to,
First rule of archery. Whoa, hey. We have some training bows and arrows. As well
perfect.
As a few crossbows there.
Josh showed me the safety equipment we had in stock and showed me down to the range. It was time to take a look at the targets.
If you would kindly don a safety hat.
Yep, done.
There we go. Into the range we'll go. This is first and foremost. Before you enter the range, you gotta ring that bell. That a little tickle. There you go. So
it lets the others know that we're on the range, right?
Exactly. So ideally they'll stop. So we have a path up to each target to retrieve the arrows.
Nice large targets they are too. Hay bales to catch the arrows, I'm guessing.
So this one simulates naturally one of those dirty, filthy little... Up here we have an armored target.
Ah,
So
interesting.
you have to try and... If you want to hit this guy in the head, you have to shoot him between the slits.
Alright.
And continuing on.
A large button target off in the distance.
That's right, we have some weak points. All those... Work in progress.
That's right.
And up here, our last long-range target.
Oh, nice. Yeah, look, all the way back there is the shooting gallery. Wow.
Now, with the tour completed, it's time to have a game of our own. With a plethora of different targets to hit, 3 lanes to choose from, and bows and arrows at the ready, we just needed to decide on the rules.
Strange.
Okay, so let's have an arrow limit. How many arrows?
Well, I've got 4 in my quiver. Do you think 10?
Let's do 10 each.
There we go, a nice simple rule. Whoever can score the most points with 10 arrows, well, wins. But this is where the day took a turn for the worst. Something happened that neither of us were ready for.
Oh my god!
You've got to be kidding. Okay, we were training for this, not now.
Not yet.
There's no better way than to... Oh,
Josh and I both grabbed a bow and arrow because, well, all of that was within reach. We've seen this kind before, ransacking villages all along the country. I didn't recognize these faces though, but Josh and I couldn't risk the Spruce Hamlet being under siege by these men and their crossbows. So we took haste in ending their lives and protecting the inhabitants of our very own home.
Oh, you got him.
oh, is that everyone?
Yeah, I think you got 2 of them. I got 1.
I guess they... Oh, maybe they just wanted to try out the archery range.
First customer.
They even brought their crossbows. Oh, I didn't get shot. What? Did you get shot once?
I don't think they shot at all. I think they were actually hiding.
We felt horrible. These young men must have heard wind of our new shooting range and wanted to come by and give it a shot. Maybe even have a few games amongst themselves. But that won't be happening anymore. We buried the bodies very deep under the ground and swept it all under the rug. These men will be forgotten today, and not just by us, but everyone.
All right, so okay, let's
Well, it's
go.
starting to become nighttime.
Yeah, it is.
Now there is lighting.
Oh, there is lighting. Oh, there is too.
Let's say there's there's no more than 5 seconds between each shot.
Okay.
And there's 10 shots.
Shall I just count to 30 seconds?
That's 3 seconds between.
Well,
You shoot them as fast as you can.
With more complicated rules, we decided to scrap them all and just keep the original 10 arrow limit. And we created a point system on each set of targets based on distance and difficulty.
Okay, close range. There's close range, mid range, and long range. Close range, 1 point. Mid range, 2 points. Long range, 3 points.
Okay.
But then the little guy in the middle, there's 5.
Yeah.
Now, all geared up and having the point system sorted, it was time to test out the Spruce Hamlet archery range. Let those arrows fly, baby.
Right, I'll give you 30 seconds, alright?
Alright.
When my arrow strikes the ground, alright? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'll just say go.
It's a good thing we got this roof.
Go! Alright. Start with the
So I went
close
for
range.
this guy. I hit him.
It's a 1 pointer. Here, do you want to grab your arrows?
Yeah.
So that's 1 point. 2
1
points.
point. Yeah, I hit the button here.
While we were in the range collecting Josh's arrows, I was starting to get a little bit concerned. He outperformed himself, hitting almost every target with every arrow. I know for a fact that I will not be able to perform like that. And we decided that the winner will get to sit back and relax while the loser has to cook a nice, nourishing dinner.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh,
5,
this one just disappeared. The second I
9.
get close.
10, 11, 12, 13. And this trapdoor is open, so you hit
Yeah, I
them
hit
for...
that
You got 17 points.
I forgot that the last target was 3 points, so Josh actually got 19. Wow, good job.
Okay, gotta get limbered up.
Alright, here, let me give you a little,
Now, my aim is significantly worse.
here you go.
Okay, I'm ready.
Alright, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Are you steady?
I'm steady.
Draw!
It was time to go and count my score.
Right. So what's that? 1 point?
1 point. Yep, 1 point here.
Which do these count?
No, not that one on the side doesn't count. So that's 2
Okay, so
points.
that's 2 points.
As we made our way down the range, it wasn't looking good. Yeah, I may have shot a few targets every now and then, but not every arrow. I was probably hitting only 50% of my shots. I think dinner's on me.
You hit one at the back here.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Ooh,
14 points. You beat me on that one, Josh. Good job.
nice. I don't know why I can't pick up arrows.
No, I think they go straight into your quiver.
Oh,
I lost, but I can't say that I didn't see it coming with my performance at the beginning of the video. Facing the inevitability of me cooking dinner, we decided to head home. There was no point in delaying it any further. Now, considering I have the amazing ability to turn any meat into an actual piece of charcoal, I've got a feeling that Josh's win might not feel as good by the time the food is on the plate. I do, however, have an idea for a new dinner that we haven't had before, that if I do it just right, will be the best meal Josh has ever eaten. To prepare for this dish, I needed to gather some resources, some eggs from the chicken farm and some vegetables from the vegetable farm. Once I'd gathered the required ingredients, we headed back across the bridge and back home. It was going to be a late dinner or an early breakfast, but boy, were we hungry and ready. We may have been ready for dinner, but we weren't ready for what we would see on the other side of this bridge.
Oh, no!
wait.
Dion! Dion! Ah!
Dion was tainted by this otherworldly beast. They were coming after us, gnawing their gaping maws at us. Dion, what happened to you? Why are you like this? Is what I thought while running for my life. Josh had the brilliant idea to lure Dion back into the house and trap him in there. For after all we had done for Dion, we couldn't let this be the way he goes. A brainless corpse walking around, looking for a nice chunk of sexy meat like me. We had to act quickly, however, because Dion wouldn't be safe outside with the sun rising.
Close it! Close it!
Oh!
Ow!
Get out the window!
God!
We'll find a way to fix you, John. We'll find a way.
I don't know if there is any hope for him, but we couldn't give up on him this easily. After all, we had seen some things in these lands that could lead us to believe there was a way to fix him. Well, it looks like I'm cooking breakfast now, but what can you do? Josh won and I lost, fair and square. My plan was to cook up a nice roast chicken with some vegetables on the side. So I threw the ingredients together on the grill, cooked them all up and let Josh relax as I cooked dinner for us. And in no time, breakfast was served.
All right.
Oh!
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Okay, now dig in, Josh. This is a
Dig
roast.
in?
Yeah, we got a roast chicken here. We got some bread, some carrots, some onions,
Oh, this.
a plate of roast chicken. Oh!
Wow.
Let me put my bowl away. I can't possibly fit another. Hang on. I think I must have eaten the wrong piece of chicken. Hang on. I gotta go to the outhouse.
Oh, God.
I added this portion into the video purely to show the outhouse. It's pretty cool, but someone arrived while I was in there.
Good.
I wouldn't go in there if I was you. Oh, we've got a traveling villager.
I don't know if it was the smell of the roast chicken or whatever I just laid in the toilet, but this cheeky little guy came over and offered us a few different wares. One of which in particular caught Josh's attention and he had to show me.
Look at what he's selling.
Oh, an underground bastion map. Okay, this has piqued my interest. Josh, do you know how much money we have?
Let me go check the coffers.
All right, I'll keep him busy.
Okay.
Good morning, world.
No, put your pants back on.
Oh, there we go. Is that better? Do you feel more comfortable around me now?
I still feel comfortable.
So, Josh, last week we, that guy wandered across our fields and he gave us this map for us. Well, I mean, we had to buy it. It wasn't exactly cheap either.
Yeah, no, that was pretty much all of our money.
But it's got inscribed on it, Underground Bastion. And
do you think he made it up?
I mean, it's very possible, but if it has any semblance of treasures, it certainly piques my interest.
Well, we need our money back, right?
Josh is correct. We need our money back. That was quite literally our life savings. We just handed this man in return for this piece of paper with no directions either. It's just a piece of paper with a bit of a marking somewhere that we think is north. Whatever direction, we knew it was far, so we'd need some travel rations. We headed to the chicken coops.
What do the chickens get out of this?
The sweet release of death. I'll do a bit of a a narration of all of the new buildings we've got.
Yes, I'm sure you noticed there was quite a few new buildings around the Spruce Hamlet. Escape to a tranquil retreat by the lake in this picturesque home. The interior boasts a stunning kitchen, perfect for culinary enthusiasts. Experience the serenity and beauty of lakeside living in the Spruce Hamlet. And alongside this new house, you can discover the charm of communal living with this cozy house featuring 6 inviting beds and a balcony offering scenic views. Perfect for a close-knit group seeking a peaceful retreat, this home provides a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Enjoy the beauty of nature from the comfort of your own balcony, making every moment truly special. Experience the joy of shared moments in this delightful communal house. Now, let's check back in with our beautiful 2 little boys and see how they're going in the chicken coop.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Take it.
Alright, well I'm gonna go make some yummy, delicious, scrumptious meals for the road. And what are you gonna make, some arrows?
I'm gonna eat those yummy, delicious, scrumptious meals.
Oh, before we leave. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
For someone who doesn't have a stomach, Josh surely has an appetite. I don't know where he puts this food. I've seen him eat, it just sort of falls out his rib cage. Look, it doesn't matter, the man's got to eat, and so do I. Josh made his way to the Tinker workshop while I went back to the house to start making this food. Surely enough though, Josh could smell the chicken roasting in the house, so he came by to just watch, I think. But that's fine, I could use the company. Josh is like a little dog. He if you have some food, he'll follow you around and get right in the way when I'm trying to move around the kitchen.
Josh, out of the kitchen, buddy.
We spent the night cooking. As we watched the sun rise over the ocean, we were mentally preparing ourselves for what would be a long journey ahead, gathering last-minute supplies, making sure our camera had film, and I even made my way up to the fresh produce in order to get some little tasty snacks for the road, like maybe a pocket full of iceberg lettuce. Josh would like that. But that's when tragedy struck.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my god.
What is happening?
Josh came up to greet me, only to see a wildfire spreading through the spruce forests alongside the hamlet. What could have caused this? Possibly a lightning strike from the night before? Maybe arson? Maybe one of our villagers is seeking a life of crime, lighting things on fire and possibly even engaging in theft. Regardless, there was not much Josh and I could do. We had to wait for it to take its course. Luckily, it didn't take too much of the forest with it.
Good thing you spotted that. We would have come home
I'm surprised you didn't.
Alright,
Wow. Run the hole.
that was a close one.
Would you like a grape?
I would love a grape. Thank you.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers, big ears.
Ah!
With the forest fire taken care of, our food and provisions packed, it was time to head off. Northwest is the direction we're heading. We're not sure how long we'll be on foot, but Josh and I were excited to embark on a new adventure, experience new wonders in the world around us. And of course, most importantly, we wanted to make some memories along the way.
Alright,
There you go.
thanks.
After 2 days and a cheesy travel sequence, we arrived at our destination. A temperate taiga biome is where this map led us, and it's time to take a look around.
Shall we take a look around, see if we can see any sort of cave system?
See.
It was a cool morning, but there was still the odd spider or two lurking around.
Still.
Hang on, Josh, I'm feeling a bit of an updraft. Yeah, look, here. Do you feel the wind coming
There's a
through?
bit of a gap.
It's sort of, it's making my luscious locks flow.
Near the point on which this marking was on the map, there was a cave. A cave that was blowing warm, smelly air through its tendrils towards my nostrils and down into my lungs, making me recoil with disgust at the smell of, well, to be honest, it sort of smelled like rotting flesh and bones. And we were about to find out why in a dangerous encounter.
Once again, we're showing a absolutely ginormous...
Oh!
Ugh, only once before had we ever felt like this. It's surely the works of an evil witch. This is a potion of evil ingredients. Josh loaded his crossbow and took aim at the foul wench. Surrounding her was a slew of dangerous monsters, skeletons, zombies, and creepers alike. Of course, though, Josh and I were able to handle ourselves because we had the high ground, Anakin. As the witch fell to the ground, a potion slipped out of her bag. I promptly picked it up and stashed it away in hopes to figure out how it works. And that's when we saw it across the chasm, a stone brick temple entrance.
I mean, we've swung further before.
Oh, I don't know if you'll make it there. Ow!
We didn't have much of a choice. We were under attack yet again and we had to swing across.
Whoa, hey Josh!
And somehow Josh and I both managed to escape injury, which was...
Ow!
maybe not. I did roll my ankle pretty bad just there.
That's how well.
Oh wow.
Keep going down. Now it was towards the ocean, and I've got a hunch that the ocean is that way.
I think you're right.
We figured the stench coming from deep inside the cave was exactly where we needed to go. We followed our noses deeper and deeper until inevitably we were met with, well, more caves. I wasn't surprised. However, the stench was getting stronger. We were getting closer and we started to hear the sound of rattling bones in the distance, echoing through the caves, until we stumbled across this. A large room with chiseled stone walls lined with bones. Big bones.
This.
Hang on, knock on. This is made of bone.
Do you see? Yeah. Do you see
It's
the gaping maw?
shaped into a oh, careful.
This lone skeletal archer was just a sign of what was to come. This is what the smell was coming from, and inside that gaping maw, this is the underground bastion. This bastion seemed to hold plenty of secrets. How did all of these skeletons get here? What are they guarding, and why are they all wearing hats? I still don't know, but we cautiously entered the ruins.
Oh, watch your step.
Just
Look, it goes above and below.
behind us. Watch out.
He's onto you, Josh.
Go.
Well done.
This sudden dangerous encounter showed us the true span of this underground bastion. Not only is it big, it is deep. Dangerously deep. One wrong move and we would join the skeleton army down below.
Oh, there's a way down here.
I lead the way.
All right.
I'll bring up the rear.
Oh,
I regret my positioning.
that's not my problem.
We made our way deeper, hoping that we would see some sort of treasure. Maybe something that we could maybe get our money back. We made our way to another vantage point where we could see down into the
I can't really
depths.
see much of a structure around. It's all just.
It's this side.
Look at them all down there. In the water, there's tens.
Swarming.
With tens of skeletons down there, we came to the conclusion that there must be some treasure. There must be treasure down at the bottom of this bastion. How many times am I going to say bastion in this video? Regardless, sure enough, as we got further down this crypt. Let's call it a crypt now. Sure enough, as we got further down this crypt, closer to the bottom, we saw the treasure. There was treasure after all. There's a box surrounded by some mysterious glowing red blocks. We used our handy grappling hooks to lower ourselves down to an edge where there was a stairway leading down, and this is where we found another box of treasure. This filled us with confidence, as surely we were going to make our money back by selling these riches to whoever we could find back home.
Gross.
Oh, it's a bit sticky. The content. Okay.
Look, I stuffed the slime into my pocket. Maybe it would be useful to someone. Let's just hope that the treasure at the bottom of the crypt will be more valuable than this. Which I'm sure it will be. It has to be, right? Foe after foe, we made our way down to the bridge, which was overlooking the skeletal death pit.
Wow, there's so many skeletons down here, Josh.
It's kind of scary.
If they all start shooting at us.
Yeah, I'll cover the left. You cover the right. Oh,
boy.
cover the right. Cover my back.
Covering each other's backs, we were making our way across this bridge. It was the only way down to the water level, and therefore to the treasure.
Where are we going? What are we doing?
Is there a box here? Ow! Behind. Ow!
I didn't know that Josh meant the other behind. Miscommunication. But it's fine. Josh knows how to sweet handle his sword, and he swiftly pushed the skeleton off the bridge. I suddenly remembered all of my learnings when I was younger about angles. If I was closer to the ground, the skeletons wouldn't be able to shoot me because they couldn't see me.
Oh my!
Army crawling our way across this bridge, Josh happened to look down, and it was alarming. These skeletons seemed to have lost all semblance of humanity. They were shooting themselves when they weren't shooting us, brawling in the water. We promptly moved across the other side of the bridge and used our grappling hooks to squeeze through this narrow hole and down the last stair set. This was it. Josh and I were on the front lines, water level with these bloodthirsty skeletons. I thought perhaps they were jealous. Maybe they wanted my blood because they don't have any of their own, but why are they then attacking Josh? I tried to direct some of the skeletons' attention onto myself so that Josh had a moment to slip past and grab the chest, shooting my arrows and slashing my sword, shooting my arrows and slashing my sword. Shooting my arrows and slashing my sword, I watched Josh as he jumped across, hop, skip, and a jump towards the chest. He picked it up and brought it back, peppered in arrows.
Wow, Josh, you are covered in arrows.
Covered.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look,
That must have been heavy.
it was. That's kind of why I'm covered.
Ow.
Just as we had hoped, the treasure in this chest was far more valuable than the one up higher. Armor made from diamonds, something we'd only read about in books.
I feel
Look at
powerful.
you.
Wow. I think that's all of the treasure that this place has to offer. At least it's all of the treasure that I'm willing to.
As I was sitting here watching the recording and editing it, I thought I was going to say something towards the end there, but I sort of just trailed off and then started heading back up. I guess it's a mystery. Perhaps I was about to say the answer to life, or maybe I was going to perform some amazing yodeling. But Josh got the hint and we started making our way back towards the entrance, back towards the cave, and eventually back home to the Spruce Hamlet. We were both pretty battered and bruised after this 2-day journey into this hell of a bastion, but we were ready to head home and sell these riches as we had no use for them yet. Josh and I are men of smart economy and are working on doubling our money and possibly starting a multi-level marketing business, maybe even a pyramid scheme later down the path. After all, even some of the inhabitants of the Spruce Hamlet are driving a pretty hard bargain when it comes to basic trading. This is all further down the line, however. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and Josh and I are going to make our way back home. While we're making our way back home, however, this happened.
Josh!
Ah!
Wake up!
Huh?
This storm, it's. Can you sit down? Let's just sit by the fire. I'm a little bit scared.
What time is it? Are you kidding?
Josh, please.
I was awoken in the early hours of the morning due to a heavy thunderstorm.
You know how I get with thunderstorms. I can't. The bright lights. Ah!
It's okay.
While Josh tried his best to comfort me, it didn't really work. I found myself lying on the couch, shivering, quivering, scared for my life, as every flash of light and clap of thunder brought terror to my soul, but nothing could have prepared me for this.
Oh. What was that?
An undesirable call for help. Bloody murder was being screeched, and I thought it was coming from the side window.
No, it came from out the front.
I can only assume Josh could sense the vibrations, as he doesn't have any ears. Regardless, by lantern light, we headed on outdoors to see what this noise was.
Wait, can you see that? At the rock?
I think I can see. Is it like a flag waving in the wind?
Yes, on the rock directly opposing our house is some sort of building. It's like a flag. We were too far away to see exactly what it was, but I'm sure you can see here it's not just a flag.
Alright, how are we going to get across there? We've never actually set foot on that little rock.
Think we can swim?
I'm sure we can swim.
Just as we were getting ready to dive into the water, the weather started to clear, the clouds parted, almost a good omen, and that's when I saw it.
There's someone on top of the tower. Do you see them?
It's a bird person waving his arms.
There was a bird man staring back at us with malintent. He must have been the one that screamed last night, but why? Josh and I set foot on this little rock island and made our way over to this tower, which we would soon find out to be his ship, on which, of course, he carried his feathery family. As we approached, we tried to make contact.
Hello? Hello?
Sir,
Do you speak the language?
is this your fort? What
It
do
is
you
not a fort, it is a boat, you Nimrod.
Why is he so rude?
That wasn't exactly the greeting that I was expecting. We asked him what happened.
As I set sail on my new boat, I found myself pursued by pirates on the open sea, determined to protect my vessel.
Pirates?
Pirates, Josh?
Of the open ocean?
Yes. Could you and your friend lend a hand by chance? My family and I are stranded.
Wait, family.
Yes.
Hello down there. Wait, there's a ladder here.
Hello? Yeah, let's take that.
Ah! Whoa! Oh.
Well, it would appear that this family had been pursued by pirates on the open ocean. Now, if there's anything that I know about pirates is that they can't be trusted, and if these guys are currently being pursued, I hope that they don't bring the pirates straight to the Spruce Hamlet. Now, I'm going to be honest with you here. After hearing about the pirates, Josh and I thought about dislodging the ship from the rock and watching it sink with the birds in tow. With wet feathers, these birds won't be able to swim to the surface, hiding the evidence.
There is quite a lot of water coming from...
I think that...
Oh! Gold!
I think we know why Wilbur and his family were being hunted by the pirates, marauded. I hope they didn't steal that. And
Well-
ended up on our shores, Josh. I don't want to be...
You know,
In the middle of this.
pirates are the ones that do the steal. So really.
Wow, what a stereotype. Now, do we or do we not push this boat into the ocean? Well, there was one thing that stopped us from doing that, and that was these little guys. Imagine these little guys roast up on a fire after they're just a little bit bigger. I pitched the idea to Josh and he shot it down almost immediately. For no other reason than we needed tenants and workers around the Spruce Hamlet. I swam over to the back docks and grabbed some boats. We were going to start carting these people to the Spruce Hamlet and showing them their new residence. They were a little bit hesitant considering that they overheard my original plan, but we were able to cart them into the Hamlet. Now, I couldn't quite understand, but I think this guy was excited, or he was trying to leave. I don't know. Anyway, everyone was safely on dry land and night had fallen.
I don't know about you, but I'm tattered. I'm tater-totted.
Well, yeah, you woke me up in the middle of the night.
How about we catch up on that sleep that we missed, hey?
Now you start moving.
Punk.
Get out of my room!
After a long night of being quiet so that Josh could sleep peacefully, I came to a conclusion, a little bit of a revolution, a bit of a realization. With the comings and goings of more ships, I decided that we might need a dock so that, well, they have somewhere to dock instead of them crashing and all dying. So after a quick trip down to the mines to gather some stone, we decided to start planning out this structure. I'm not gonna lie, it took quite a few days to get this done, but I'm not gonna show it all because that would be an incredibly boring piece. That was just the retaining wall, however. You can see here we are building a dock. This is actually where the dock will be for the ships to not hit the rock. I don't know what I'm saying, but time for a quick ad break. Well, lucky you, there is no ad because I can't monetize this video. What a shame. I guess I'm eating a cardboard box for dinner again.
Wow, really opens up the old house when you start taking stuff apart, eh?
Oh wow, you're taking the kitchen all...
Yeah, I thought I'd relocate it just for now.
Yeah, look, I mean, you can't have a building week without actually doing more than one building. After a few days of reflecting while building this dock, Josh and I come to realize that our house could do with a bit of an upgrade as well. It's a little bit outdated, especially compared to the other buildings in the Spruce Hamlet, so that's just what we're doing today. And of course, we haven't forgotten our past. We're taking inspiration from the jungle outpost and creating an extra little bit off to the side. This is where our bedrooms will now be located, granting us more room to play around in our bedrooms. Directly beneath our bedrooms is going to be our little dining patio area. It's going to be a nice outdoor setting where we can dine and watch the sun rise and or set.
Actually, the kitchen wall might be pretty groovy in there. You know, we tuck under here, you know, chopping up our veggies, and then we take it out here to dine.
Exactly.
Dine together. Alright.
Dine with me.
Come dine, let's dine away.
Where is
The best part of our bedrooms is not only the cozy layout, but the view that each of us get. The more important one to this episode especially is Josh's view. He's got a nice view of the archery range. And if anything were to happen to it, he would know first, you'd think. I love making a house a home, as I'm sure you do too, and that's exactly what Josh and I were doing. Now, I'm sure that you've realized that I'm just talking about what's happening on the screen and not about what's happening in the lore of the Spruce Hamlet, but that's about to change because we're about to embark on our next mission.
Well, Josh, it's been a few days, but we've done it. We've renovated the house.
That's it, it's all done. It's nice, you know. Finally, we can just relax.
That's right. We had a long few days out in the wilderness, and then we got this dock built. But I think we deserved a few days off to build our house.
I don't know why we deserved it, but I kept saying that. It made me feel better about my decisions. Regardless, it was now time to figure out what to do next. Being so wrapped up in this endeavor, we'd forgotten where we were going, what story was unfolding before us, and that's when I remembered. Poor Dion.
Now, something's been weighing on my mind recently. I can't help but feel responsible for Dion,
Oh god, yeah.
and I can't help but imagine the pain that he might be feeling.
Actively going through right now. We need to help him.
Then,
Maybe we should ask around, see if there's a shaman.
okay, maybe a few people from the boat would know.
I made my way around the village looking for answers, and I found this guy pondering on the edge, over the ocean. And sure enough, he had some information that we might need. Josh and I interrogated.
Do you know of any way to maybe reverse this curse that was thrust upon him?
Perhaps like a local shaman.
Huh?
Sir, Peggy.
Sorry?
Peggy.
Say again?
Peggy.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably in some distant lands.
Distant lands?
Oh, in which direction, Peggy? Let us know for sure.
Maybe south.
Now, I don't know about you, but Peggy didn't really seem like he knew what he was talking about. Maybe south? He said, it wasn't really a confident answer. With the sun setting over the Spruce Hamlet and the whiff of a storm rolling in, we decided to make haste and head back home to our newly renovated house and pick up where we left off tomorrow in search of more information about this shaman of the south.
Oh, great.
As the storm rolled in, it appeared to be quite a lot more violent than we predicted.
Ow.
Oh, I've got to close the blinds now. The rain's coming through.
The seasons must be changing around the hamlet because we've never seen weather this bad. Unfortunately, there wasn't much we could do but wait it out and assess the damage tomorrow morning.
Well, rest easy, friend, and I'll see you in the morning.
I will rest. However, it shall not be easy.
With a pillow wrapped around my ears, I was able to get some sleep. I figured there's nothing we can do right now. The first thing we'll do in the morning is check the Hamlet and make sure everyone's okay. We're on the tail end of summer right now and everything's quite dry, and with that a heavy lightning storm like this can bring a real risk. Fires.
Alright, no, quick, no rest for the wicked.
Oh,
There was a hectic thunderstorm last night. Lightning and all.
is there any height advantage?
Oh no!
In the corner of my eye, I saw it. A blazing inferno. The archery range is on fire. It's almost all gone. Days of hard work and labor up in flames. Watching this unfold and knowing there was nothing we could do was heartbreaking.
Just gone.
It's gone!
Ashes.
It's all gone. No!
Ow.
Oh!
Ah!
Just jump in the water!
Oh!
No, we just built this the other week. Okay, we need some sort of protection from these lightning storms.
Some sort of attractor, perhaps.
Now, I'm not sure how an agricultural motor vehicle with large rear wheels would help us in this situation, but maybe Josh knows something that I don't, and wow, that is a lot of dugong. As we were cleaning up the ashes of what was once our archery range, we were brainstorming. No pun intended. We were brainstorming ways to protect the Hamlet of future lightning strikes and subsequent fires.
What a horrible sight that was. But
I'm glad you picked up on that.
we could have lost the livestock. It could have spread to the.
I probably wouldn't have even looked at it.
Oh well, we caught it, and that's what.
Just when we thought we were safe, lightning strikes again. The overnight lightning storm seemed to awaken corpses beneath the ground, reanimating them and bringing them back. 4 horsemen of the end times were galloping through our hamlet. Josh and I got split up and we were forced to fend for ourselves. Josh was doing his best with his iron sword and I was too far away to help. I didn't have any arrows.
I don't have any arrows.
Oh, you're right. My arrows.
Right now, we couldn't think about why this was happening. We just had to survive. I missed the target with my spear, leaving Josh defenseless.
I'm sorry. Oh no!
Josh was knocked down. It was all down to me, a little man with an axe and a dream.
Where is he?
He's here!
Josh was able to clip the skeleton in the ankles, crumbling it to the ground. It's over.
I got him.
What was that, Josh? Undead? We've seen skeletons before. You know them very well, but have you ever seen a skeleton horse?
These undead horses didn't seem very hostile. They seemed to be under the control of their rider. He seemed to form a bond with Josh. I guess skeletons have nothing to hide.
You almost look.
Well, it appears there was one more slippery bugger, and he was hiding behind this rock. I ran away because I had no weapons, and he did his best on Josh, but again, Jolly Josh was justfully jubilant.
Maybe this could be the answer to helping Dion? I don't know.
It's just one thing after another right now.
Finally, with the Hamlet safe, for now, I could hear the cries of Dion's pain in the dungeon, and continued on my side quest of finding information of this shaman of the south. Or was it the west? I made my way down to the lakeside cottage to ask its residents if they knew any more information.
Ina, thank you for having me in your humble abode.
What do you want? I don't have all day.
Yeah, look, I was talking with Peggy the other day, and
I hate Peggy.
you know Dion in the town village prison. He's very unwell.
Yucky.
I was wondering if you would know of any any distant lands shamans or anything like that may be able to heal him or something of the sorts.
Look, I don't know who you think you are, but I overheard my parents talk of rumors of a shaman in the southern ice spikes. Kid does real freaky hoodoo shit.
No, that makes sense. Well, here, thank you, Ina. I really appreciate it. We'll go south and we'll see what we can find, alright?
Whatever. Be gone with you.
Thank you again.
Ina wasn't very nice, but that was more information than we had previously gotten. While Josh was at the farm gathering ingredients for the travel rations, I made my way to the communal house.
Yeah, now look mate, I don't even know these guys. They grabbed me at the dock thinking I was their 5th child. Hey, where do I go to take a poo?
I promptly left because I felt very uncomfortable. I found myself wondering if their 5th child was still at the dock waiting for their parents to return. That's not anything that I need to worry about. I headed back to the house to greet Josh. It's time to gear up and find this shaman. Let's save Dion.
Hello, is there anyone here?
Here we are.
Oh, there's a nice horse docking area.
Fence for weary travelers.
After a short day of travel, Josh and I had made it to a house in the ice spikes of the south. This house was isolated and matched the description that we got from the townfolk. Out of place, unlikely, and convenient for the plotline.
Is there someone?
I think there's someone home. I don't know.
Give it a good knock. Give it a good rap with my knuckles. Just.
All right, go on.
Josh politely knocked on the front door and we could hear a little bit of a scratching coming from the top floor, followed by this.
Who's there? Meow.
It was a cat, but this wasn't any cat. He was sentient.
So it's very cold out here. Look, we're gonna come inside, all right?
No, please.
I think.
Whatever you do, don't come in.
Well, listen, we're coming in.
Despite what this person had just told us, we needed to go inside. My fingers were freezing off, and I could feel the warmth of the inside coming out beneath the crack of the door. Boy, was it warm inside. We needed to speak to this man and make sure that we were okay to be stepping into his house. We took off our armor and displayed our jorts to look a little bit more friendly, and we headed on upstairs.
Oh wow, this is the second floor. This person was very well versed in their knowledge of reading.
Look at this. They've got one of those stands going.
Warm to the touch, this little device was bubbling away in the background, and these vials were emitting a foul smell. Regardless, we could hear the current tenant upstairs, and Josh and I discovered that, well, we didn't know who to send up first.
Who do you think looks less scary?
Probably me.
Are you sure?
Oh wait, here,
You know, I've got
give me a
nothing to hide.
give me a grin.
I'm always grinning. Yep, coming up.
Josh made his way up the ladder and into the bedroom of this house, and what he saw was a child. He came bounding over to greet Josh.
Yeah, listen. Well, his name's Francie. Yeah, come here. Come here, bud.
What?
We're looking for a way to cure our friend.
What do you mean?
Now we've got a picture to show you. It might be a bit scary, although.
I'm a big boy, I can handle it.
Okay.
Okay. No, I get it. You're tough. You can handle it.
Oh,
Got
okay.
the photo?
Yeah, I've got the photo right here.
Fool. Let me see.
Here, Francie, if you'll.
Gross. I see. Your friend seems to have been turned.
Yes.
They've
it was.
turned.
Well, my dear friends, I've been working on something. A cure.
Been working on something for that.
Well, I should say my parents were at least.
At least your parents were?
Now, there was no signs of anyone else living in this house for a very long time but him. Quietly to myself, I wondered whether this kid was telling the truth.
So tell us all about what you've been working on, Francie.
The experiment involves the individual who has been turned in this nifty bottle of ingredients here.
He continued to tell us about this experimentation, and I grew more and more curious.
Interesting. Okay.
Actually, I have this piece of parchment here.
Got a book on it.
As it turns out, Francie was writing a book on it himself. He reached over to the bookshelf and grabbed it, and Josh read out the title.
Alchemy for Dummies. That's amazing.
Is it a bunch of chicken scratch?
Well, it's messy, but I can read it.
Josh turned the title page and opened the book, and what he saw was that of inspiring hope. Maybe Dion will live. A 3-step procedure was written down, along with a diagram drawn by Francie himself. We offered Francie the opportunity to test his works on Dion, back at the Hamlet.
Actually, yeah. My
Okay.
plan would work there.
He's happy. He can leave today.
Fantastic. I mean, look, we've got nothing to lose, right? You know.
All right. Well, let's be off then, Francie. Here, I'll put your book back. Or
Now it's
Okay.
it's a bit of a long travel, Francie. Are you gonna be able to keep up?
Sure I can, you fat slug.
With those not so encouraging words, we decided to chuck Francie on the horse, Josh's skeletal buddy. In doing this, we were not bound by Francie's small legs, and instead we could go at our own leisurely pace back home, stopping in at an ice cave to rest out the night. We woke up bright and early the next morning to start making our way home and found that Francie was now a fully grown adult. I feel sorry for the horse, I'll say that. In other news, we were at an impasse. We needed a bridge.
You're doing good.
Thank you.
With one of the jankiest bridges with one of the best looking bridges I've ever seen built, I picked up Francie and Josh picked up his horse and we parachuted down and I don't know why we did this. Regardless, we were excited to make it back to the Spruce Hamlet and start seeing a positive change. We've been through a lot recently.
At least we've had our fair share of tragedy with that
Yeah.
archery range.
I think nothing else would have gone wrong. You know,
We're finally on the up and up. You know, we're coming back. We're gonna help Dion.
we're gonna save Dion. We're not just gonna help him. We're gonna make him new again.
With such bright and inspiring aspirations, Josh and I made it back to the Spruce Hamlet in relatively quick time. It was early to mid-morning. We still had plenty of time in the day to introduce Francie to Dion and set him up with a place of work. Quickly showing Francie around the town was fun and exciting until we made it to the center of the Hamlet.
Can you
What?
see what I can see at the communal house?
The farm's not harvested.
No.
Is it?
There's the Hamlet. It's shredded to pieces.
We were gone for but 3 days and Josh and I returned to a hole in the center of the Hamlet, the community house, fallen down into the center of the earth, to the hot magma. No tropical storm that we had ever experienced could do something like this, and a tectonic shift would surely make a crack rather than a deep hole. Could the ground have been unstable? Why is there a hole in our plot? We can only move forward from this.
We don't know what happened.
Maybe we never will. Orbital lasers?
Henley,
What do you want?
why is there a huge hole?
I don't know, okay? It just happened.
And also, someone's trapped. Have you tried helping them?
No?
Jeez, they're on loose footing as well. Okay, we gotta focus. We gotta save them.
Okay, what should we do? We need to, well, we've done this sort of thing before. We've set up the dock. You remember the retaining wall? We need to build a retaining wall.
Before we can do that, Josh needed to rescue this poor soul trapped on the edge. We don't know how long he's been there, and it's awfully hot.
It's a little bit shaky, but here, I think that's good there. Yeah, that's great.
With his grappling hook safely secured, he swung across the gaping pit and scooped this man up, right off his feathers. He was one of the residents of the house. He said he awoke in the middle of the night to screams, terror, and pain. He watched on as Josh and I had no choice but to start demolishing the house that we had so dearly loved.
Okay, well, here, this floor doesn't look very stable. I think I'm gonna start disassembling this a little bit.
This is where I nearly met my fate.
Oh, Josh!
Oh!
Oh, Josh, look! Whoa!
Oh my god, you're flying!
Oh, wait! There was a heavy updraft in the lava with the heat.
Come over here. Get back over here.
The adrenaline was still pumping through my veins, but I couldn't believe what just happened. I briefly thought that I was ascending to the next stage in life. But no, I was flying. The hot air seemed to make an updraft through the chasm, and it reminded me a lot of the strange flying balloon that we experienced when we first landed at the Spruce Hamlet. Josh and I marveled for a second and wondered what this means for us, what we can do with this information. Maybe we can finally spread our own wings, just like the birds in the sky. Except we'd need a hot magma pit to actually fly. Regardless, with remaining stone, we made a crude retaining wall to stop the earth from falling in any further.
Oh my god! The house!
Well, just because the earth wasn't going to fall in doesn't mean the house wasn't. It's falling apart as we speak.
Oh,
It just crumbled.
it crumbled
Look,
in.
It's burning.
Good thing we didn't stand on that any longer.
Jesus.
Well, that's going to make cleaning the house up very easy. Just throw it all in the pit.
Oh, whoa!
Oh, God.
Watch out! Josh, get out of there!
That is, if we don't get squashed in the meantime trying to do so. That was a close call, but we aren't going to take any extra safety precautions. We don't have time for that. Now, you might be thinking it would have been better to keep the house and disassemble it safely for resources, but doing that would have led to some really boring content and, well, it's just not as fun.
Give it a push!
Oh no.
It's so heavy.
Oh no. Uh-oh. What?
I was convinced Josh had fell down into the lava pit, but luckily he caught a ledge.
Are you safe? Are you good?
Jeez. Yeah, I fell down here. Just out of the way. There it
Okay.
goes.
There was something a little bit satisfying and rewarding about watching our labor and intensive work burn in the lava down below. Unfortunately, now the time had come to release the foundations and let the house fly.
Good. There it goes.
Made from the earth, it fell back to the earth. As we began cleaning up the rubble, we were talking about our carbon footprint and how we're a green town. We care about the environment and we are returning this to nature. Little did I know though, the various items remaining inside the house fell down into the lava as well, and as they burned, they released pollution into the atmosphere, punching a hole in the ozone layer and then increasing the amount of radiation the sun gives us. The global mean temperature would also increase, therefore killing every living thing on the planet.
All right, Josh. I think I think it's safe.
We've done good here.
We've moved a lot of rock, but I mean, well, a lot of rock was moved for us, really. Look at it.
I've got a good feeling about this wall. I feel like we're not just going to continue to crumble in there and
Well, I certainly
it's
hope
secure.
not. Yeah,
Surely.
yeah.
I mean, look at that. Look at that high-class design. We've got structural ruts going through it. We've got bricks for reinforcement.
There is like a layer of gravel I can see down there, but let's just not worry about that.
What would gravel even do? It's not like it could fall apart and fall down and cause a big hole.
You know what? Maybe now that you've said that, Josh, that might have been what happened. Anyway, that is not for us to worry about right now. It appears that the seasons are changing around the hamlet and the grass has turned brown and the leaves have turned orange and yellow. The weather is also cooling down. It appears that winter is on the way.
What a tragedy it was to lose the communal house. I think I'm still in shock. It's still not coming to me. But we came here in tow with Franzi, right? Let's find where Franzi went.
Franzi.
Yeah. I think
Last I saw...
towards the community church that got erected while we were gone.
There was a new addition to the hamlet buildings, and that was this community church, built for us by, well, I don't know who, the people that came on the boat, I think. We entered inside and found Franzi talking to the rest of the village.
What?
Ooh.
Wow.
This is kind of culty.
Hey guys, Oh, Franzi, you were just explaining to them what you're going to do. Okay.
We entered into the building and this heavy feeling came upon my chest. Everyone was staring at Franzi while he was preparing something, and our entrance felt as if we were interrupting a speech or congregation.
All right, well, yeah, guys, so this is Franzi. They're going to help Dion and hopefully heal him.
As the crowd cheered for Franzi, Josh and I looked at each other and were concerned that maybe Franzi was bluffing about what he knew. Especially because he started shouting, kill the leaders.
Okay, Franzi. Okay, let's not shout that here.
We assumed he was just excited about his position here in the Hamlet and his experiment he wanted to undertake on our dear friend and first resident, Dion. Though Franzi didn't give much explanation towards this experiment and left it up to us.
This cage, I'm guessing, is where Dion's going to be, and what, that a potion and another object will be thrust upon him and hopefully healed him?
Wow.
Josh was meant to be up here with me, making up a story to the villagers like we knew what we were talking about, not sitting there believing me. The truth is, we didn't know if this would work. We're putting Dion's life on the line.
Franzi, I hope that you don't have any malintent with whatever you're wanting to do here.
No, of course not.
And the power that we've given you here.
You have nothing to worry about. I am a reasonably guy with good intentions.
Yeah, that sounds yeah. That sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah, actually, okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, this guy's
Sure.
good.
Thanks, Franzi.
Ta-ta.
All right, well, what do you reckon? Tomorrow morning, 6 p.m.
4:30 a.m. sharp.
Tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m. You want to start this ritual, okay?
4:30 a.m.
4:30 in the morning?
Isn't that a little bit, like, early?
If anything, you fool, it's too late.
Okay, I guess.
Okay, well,
alright.
that's... Yep.
Josh and I abruptly left and went to greet Dion. Even though he couldn't understand us, we wanted him to know that we were here for him. We couldn't imagine what he was experiencing, but it would all come to an end in just under 12 hours. But Josh shared with me some concerns.
I don't know about you, but now that we're over here, you don't think they're gonna, like, turn against us, do you?
I mean, I didn't expect them to have already been congregated into the community church like that. Like,
I thought we would have, had to gather them up.
Franzi's got some political power.
He did have a lot of spark to him, that one.
And he was alone in that house. I don't know what happened to his parents.
Oh god. Wait, you don't think he was experimenting on them, do you?
There was no way we could tell if these rumors were, in fact, true, because we were mainly making them up in our head. But imagine if they are true. With these thoughts on our minds, we headed back to the house, and that's when Kaylee stopped us.
Oh.
Kaylee!
I disagree.
Oh, you didn't agree with what Frenzy was saying?
Of course not.
You didn't agree with it?
Not at all. My father used to tell me stories of ancient magic. Gruesome.
Oh god.
I say, the dead should stay dead.
Oh. Well, no.
Well, yes, it's not right.
Yeah, because look at Josh here. My compadre.
Yeah.
Fellow owner of the Spruce Hamlet, you're home.
But you are already dead, Josh.
It's fine because I'm already dead.
Okay.
And I'm staying dead.
Right, but we're
that
bringing...
makes sense.
Okay, I see what you mean, Kaylee. Well, we're going there tomorrow morning at 4:30. The whole town is going to be watching. Okay, you'll be fishing. That's great.
Good. It is a good time for it. Nice and early.
With Kaylee sharing these words with us, it didn't exactly give us any more hope. Instead, it filled us with more doubt, questions, and concerns. What will John remember, if anything, of his life before this disease? Or will he come back without a soul? Tune in next episode to find out.
Wake up! It's 4.
Oh.
It's 4 in the morning. We mustn't be hasty. I mean, we must be hasty. Come on. Do we need to bring anything for this ritual? I think he said something about the last ingredient.
Like eggs?
Oh, the apple. That apple, he said. The glowing one.
Franzi had hypothesized that a golden apple would be the final ingredient needed to complete the transformation. And as luck would have it, Josh and I had 1 or 2 of those stored away. And if you're wondering how we got these, we found them in the abandoned chests in the mine shafts. We certainly didn't steal them from innocent families in a neighboring village.
Franzi!
Franzi, we're here! Okay, we're coming in. I think Franzi's still asleep. Dion!
There he was, a beast, caged up behind iron bars. Twitching a bit.
Franzi, we're here. It's 4:30.
Is he in there?
Good morning, Cuck.
Oh, Franzi, good morning.
Let's get started, shall we?
As Franzi emerged from his bedroom wearing his cloak, he started spinning gleefully, shouting,
Hooray, hoorah, today is the day. You, grab that vial.
Okay.
Oh, good catch.
Thanks. Franzi?
You will be the one to throw the potion.
I don't know.
You do have strong arms.
Is it gonna hurt, Dion?
Well, my friend, it won't feel good.
I'm not sure I want...
Just do it, damn it.
Okay, if it's for the greater good.
With the potion held in my hand, Josh opened up the cage to ensure that I don't miss because, well, I have the dexterity of a 14-year-old dog. Now with the cage open, we were nearing time to start the transformation.
Alright, are you ready?
There's gonna be some splash. You're in the wet zone, guys.
Here, I think you're gonna give him the apple.
The apple. Okay.
I threw the bottle in. As it smashed, it coated Dion in a fine layer of the potion.
Okay. Now I think you need to feed him the apple.
Alright. Here comes Dion. Open up.
The moment that this apple touched Dion's well, he doesn't really have lips, he started violently shaking as Frenzy was shouting these words.
Cue the curse, but not the worst. Make him a lamb for me at my hand.
Wait, that doesn't sound like it was part of the ritual.
I thought we were already done with the ritual.
Oh, this is a precautionary step.
I trust you, Francie. That's why you're here.
I trust you too.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll report back in the afternoon, okay, Francie?
Sure,
We'll see how the transformation's gone.
be gone with you.
Well, after an incredibly eventful morning, Josh and I spent the rest of the day relaxing. We were, however, curious about why Francie was chanting those few last words. Something about the worst not being gone and being a lamb at his hand or something? It did sound an awful lot like he was trying to brainwash our sweet Dion, but in the early hours of the afternoon, the church bell rang and it was time to go see if the transformation was a success.
There's a lot of chatter going on in there.
Chatter was good, right? They must have been talking to Dion, talking about his experiences.
Dion? Dion?
Dion! Dion!
There he was, the sweet boy that once fell upon the Spruce Hamlet. Dion. Josh wasted no time in setting him free of these iron bars, but Dion was quite content to be rid of that curse. And boy, he looks better than ever.
How do you feel? Tell us what happened.
I'm okay. It was dark and scary.
That must have been horrible.
God. Darkness.
Yes, and I was aware the whole time.
You remember everything?
Every sunrise and every rain cloud.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Dion, I'm sorry we didn't do this sooner.
You too should be sorry.
Well, we didn't know.
That's not good enough, pal.
Honestly, I thought you were a goner.
After a passive-aggressive interaction with Dion, we decided to head outside and show him the Hamlet. We encouraged him to see his house, which had evidently fallen into a giant pit hole that had opened up in the middle of the hamlet, swallowing half of the residents, and the archery range that had also burnt down. But I'm sure it's good to be free of that zombification curse. And actually, speaking about vacancies in the hamlet, Dion has decided to take up farming and move into the farmhouse. It was once he donned his farming hat that he decided to tell us a story, or rather a dream, of fantastical machinery and flying ships.
It was amazing. They had mechanic sawmills, water wheels, and a flying boat.
God. Ooh.
It was a town out of this world. You boys could never dream of achieving what they had. Let me describe it for you. In the twilight of my darkness, I recollect a village, nestled amidst verdant hills, where the symphony of industry once harmonized with nature's tranquil aria. This bucolic realm, adorned with cascading waterfalls and whispering brooks, was a tableau of ingenuity, where colossal water wheels spun with the vigor of youth, driving mammoth sawmills that hewed timber with the precision of a craftsman's chisel. Behold, the pride of this rustic township, the steam engines, their belching chimneys reaching skyward like towering sentinels, their metallic hearts pulsating with the rhythmic cadence of progress. These mechanical marvels, with their pistons pounding and gears gyrating, wove the fabric of industry, breathing life into the dreams of artisans and visionaries alike. As I gaze back through the mists of time, the memory of this fantastical— oh look, there I am in the background. The memory of this fantastical village remains etched in my mind, a testament to the marriage of nature's beauty and humanity's innovation. A fleeting glimpse of a bygone era when the world danced to the tune of water wheels, sawmills, and steam engines.
Oh, Josh,
Oh, God. Where am I?
we're in Dion's field.
Is the sun setting? How long has it been?
With the sun setting, we had no idea how long we'd been lying face down in Dion's corn. Evidently now he was in bed and asleep, and we didn't want to wake him as he's deserved a long-needed sleep. We figured we'll go back there first thing in the morning and discuss this dream, this vision that he showed us. As despite what he told us before we fell into this trance, we think it's all quite possible. After a divine sleep, I awoke early the next morning to, well...
Oh. Good morning.
Good morning, Josh. Did you sleep in my armor stand the whole night?
Well, it's padded armor. Let's go.
Josh and I wasted no time in getting to Dion's this morning. We skipped breakfast and I even held in my morning poop. As we passed by Francie, we took a wide berth. I get a weird feeling whenever I look at him in the eyes. Right, Dion, now that you've settled down, we've got a few questions.
Oh,
You said something about flying. Dion proceeded to tell us about this grand ship, a flying boat, and I saw a spark in Josh's ocular cavity.
from what I could see, it all looked like stuff we could make. Something that we could do as long as we knew what we were doing.
I guess you're right. I can mentor you in building this machine.
Yeah,
That's
and so
right.
this is where you come into play.
You're going to tell us that it looks right based off what you've seen in a fever dream as a result of a zombification curse.
Precisely.
Well, sounds good to me.
Well, with Dion seemingly in a better mood today, he agreed to help us in building this machine. He advised us that a main resource we would need is copper, and we might need a fair bit of it. In our off time, Josh and I had been mining. We collected quite a bit of stone and minerals, so we had a pretty good idea of where to find some copper. Josh gently lowered the hoist with me inside to the bottom of our shaft. The only issue with running the hoist is only one of us can use it, and the other has to use the ladder, which is quite dangerous.
Whoa.
Oh, you're alright, buddy. What are you looking for? We're looking for some copper, right?
That's right. The orange stuff dotted around the walls.
Oh, well, what do you know?
Uh,
Well, I didn't think it would be that easy. I guess copper is the sort of thing that we haven't had a use for yet, so it's dotted around everywhere. We continued navigating our intricate mineshaft system to an open cavern that we discovered. If my memory serves me well, there was some copper in here, maybe. And as we entered into the chasm, the air became thick with the stench of, well, bat shit. I found myself gazing at one of the mounds of poop and noticed a small orange glint. Copper! I trudged through the feces and dug it out. And with that, I think we now have enough. It's time to head back and check in with Dion. Maybe I'll change my clothes. Alright, Dion, so we're in the Tinker Workshop. I don't think you've actually set foot in here before, but this is where Josh and I do our tinkering.
It's quite cozy in here.
it is a bit small, but it's serviceable.
We have our copper here.
Well done. You will now need to flatten it in the press.
You want us to use our press?
Did you hear me?
With our bounty of copper, Dion told us that we needed to flatten it in our mechanical press to form pipes and tanks. As Josh pushed the hand crank, the press came down and flattened the ingot into a sheet. That wasn't too bad.
Cool. How many times do we have to do this, Dion?
Roughly 50 times.
Oh. Oh.
Josh and I spent the rest of the afternoon and all of our energy into pressing these ingots into sheets, and we were only one step of the way there.
You guys are doing great.
Yep, thanks, Dion. We spent the rest of the night in the Tinker Workshop with Dion, prototyping, and we actually made some pretty good progress. We got about 2 hours of sleep before waking up the next morning to continue work. Josh had a weird dream. Dion was back from the... Oh, I noticed Josh's diary on the table. I decided to take a quick peek. And I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting pictures of naked skeletons. On the agenda for today was something quite exciting. Last night, late in the Tinker Workshop, we fashioned some pipes and some tanks, and it was time to lay them and see if we could suck some water up from this lake. If we could do that, then we would have an almost unlimited amount of water that we could use at our disposal. But that's when Josh saw something in the distance. Franzi, talking to another town member. He thought that maybe they were spreading rumors, planning to overthrow us.
Do you think they're planning against us?
No,
Do you think they're talking about how they're gonna draw and quarter us and tie us to posts and burn us
Josh,
and
you're
destroy
sparring.
us?
Stop. I told Josh that would never happen. Franzi will leave soon and Dion is back for good. Nothing can go wrong. Although Josh's intuition is one to be trusted. Putting that thought out of our minds, we decided to clear some area and start setting up this pump. The pump itself is comprised of a main pipe, a gear connecting to a hand crank, and spinning that gear creates a suction, which in turn pulls water through the pipe. After confirming that it works, it's time to get down and dirty with Josh and lay some pipe. After a short while of laying pipe, Josh and I had both arrived at the finish line. With one big tube laid, it was time to start spinning the crank and seeing if it would work. We were running into an issue though, the water wasn't going all the way.
Oh. It's because it can't go up another block from here.
Does it need another pump?
Yeah, maybe we need to to actually get it up there, we need to pump it from here, and then as soon as it gets to here, someone needs to pump it from here, which will keep it going, and the suction will keep it going.
No way.
And then we got to pump it from the next spot.
We've got to leapfrog our way across?
Exactly.
On the contrary to popular belief, Josh doesn't actually have a brain. It decayed many years ago, but somehow he still comes up with clever solutions for modern problems. A series of tanks along the pipe to act as checkpoints for the water. Genius. Pumping, initiating.
Okay. Yep, the water's coming through. I'm gonna start pumping here.
Alright, I'm moving on to the next pump. Alright, pumping it through! She's going over the arch. Third tank is filling.
Second tank is empty. It's going through. We got a steady flow.
We managed to fill up the main tank at the slab where the town hall is supposed to be being built. I don't know Someone get on that! And with a fresh supply of clean lake water, we could start construction of the actual steam engine. Now, under close supervision of Dion, we spent the afternoon trial and erroring. Using trial and error to reach a partially finished, not at all efficient steam engine. But hey, it is a steam engine and it's our steam engine.
I'm gonna give it a spin.
Give it a spin. I'll watch it over here. All right, we've got movement. All right.
Okay.
Now let it go.
It's still pumping.
Utilizing excess pressure inside the tank, we were able to actually use that to pump the water out of our storage tank. The engine just requires a little kickstart to get the process started. However, once it is started, the engine requires no maintenance as long as everything is running smoothly. A day well spent at the Hamlet, I think. We won't be forgetting this one for a while. Being on such a high was quickly brought down as later that night I was awoken by a horrible dream. I ran over to Josh to see if he would help me. I gently knelt on his bed and asked if he was awake, but he told me it's just a dream and to go back to bed, you idiot. I couldn't shake the feeling, however. I decided to head over to the church just to put my mind at ease. And wow, I guess I didn't notice the ambush. Filled with adrenaline, I ran as fast as I could towards the church, slowing down before I got there as to not make a sound. Sure enough, there was Chatter, Franzi, and the rest of the town all in there. And what I overheard chilled me to my bones. Franzi had used Dion's treatment as leverage to get the town to believe him. Franzi was going to unleash a plague amongst the Hamlet. I barged into Josh's room and told him to get up. I told him what I heard. Franzi wanted to rule the world with an army of zombies, and we were his first targets. Upon hearing this news, Josh knew his intuition was correct. We had two options: stay and fight for this Hamlet, everything that we'd built and its people inside, or we could leave. With the pack being updated to 1.20, we had to leave. I knew of one vessel that we could use to escape. It was a boat that our first townsfolk came on. I hopped on board and moved it to the other side of the peninsula, all while Josh was gathering the balloon material spread in the center of the Hamlet. We had to do this quick. We knew that Franzi would strike soon. With the rain dampening the sound, we started modifying the boat, retrofitting this steam engine onto it. With the memory of my flying mishap a few weeks ago, we filled the balloon with hot air and it rose. Our barely efficient steam engine nestled in tight on the back of the ship. Meanwhile, Franzi's zombie army was well underway. Everyone that followed him closely into that church was now a part of the undead, and he unleashed them on the Hamlet, raining terror to those left. Josh and I ran over to save who we could, but it was too late. We couldn't hold them back any longer. We had to turn around and run. Neither of us thought this would happen so soon, but we had to leave the Spruce Hamlet. We returned to Kaylee on board, the only one that knew Franzi was up to no good. We couldn't speak now, however. I had to start the engine, pulling the crank, hearing the steam whistle, watching the crankshaft spin. I could hear the fan, the propeller at the back, spinning, pushing us forward. Safe from the horrors being unleashed on the Hamlet down below, we were now in the air. This is not the circumstance in which we wanted to experience this flight. We couldn't admire the beauty of the Spruce Hamlet below with what was happening there. We just had to have our eyes set forward and not look back. But Josh couldn't help himself.
God, they're swarming all over the place. Where are we gonna go?
We have provisions, but we've got no destination. With provisions on board that would last a few weeks, we were safe to sail the skies, or at least until we were far enough away from Franzi and their unethical quest to cleanse the world via zombification.
Alright, you man the helm, Kaylee. Oh god! Yeah, it's a little bit